Gentlemen out there, I hope you all are doing good because we are doing amazing as we are now going to witness one of the epic clash, the most awaited and one of the most prestigious championships out there. It's the Battle Night Championship Season 1 MOBA 5v5 Grand Finals between ABM up against the Eliminators. This is the Judgment Day. This is the D-Day. And for this, you've got two of the amazing people out here on the desk. It's going to be me,
Still
Scared
waters
Yet,
run
and
deep.
alongside me, the
team is
man
banning.
out there from around the globe, Kronos.
Hey, yo, what's up, people? Thank you for that wonderful and warm introduction, Scared Yet, and I think it couldn't have been any better compared to people out there. But right now, like you mentioned, the most awaited, the Judgment Day, the D-Day is finally here. And especially in Mobile Legends 5v5 in India, up and coming,
said
Battle
there are
Nights
no
Championship
shortcuts in life?
Season
I
1.
literally
We are all
invented
ready to
one.
rumble, folks, because this is brought to you by Battle Knights themselves. And like he mentioned, it's ABM that's going to be on the blue side, starting off this first game in this best of 7 series against Team Eliminators that's going to be on the red. I am hyped up. I am pumped. I know Scared Yet is as well. I hope the audience is as much as we are because we want to see a thrilling action coming on around this time. And I think the first few bans already in place, the Ling and the Chip being taken off the table. That means these guys are serious. They don't want to leave any stone unturned. They don't want to have any sort of miscommunication. No
Your
problems
team is
whatsoever.
banned.
And they want to get it rolling. The Terizla's out of the way, Scared It. And I think right now, for those of you who are watching, make sure you get all your buddies in because this is going to be a cracker of a series.
Looking really forward to it because you're talking about crackling things, and the one who munches out there a lot is banned out, and that's going to be Chip. Again, Ling as well as the Terizla banned out from the side of ABM clearly showcases their interest in probably pulling off something crazy composition, something that kind of likes to stick together. Maybe Terizla, we have been talking about it, how insane he is normally whenever it comes down to that EXP lane. But let's be brutally honest now. We've seen quite a few buffs coming in here and there, some small patches, some patch notes, and I think so CC knows it to be
Butterflies
viable now.
born by thy
Your
wish.
team is
CC is
guided
pretty viable,
by
I
lantern's
agree, especially
light.
after the few changes that have been coming in the patches, right? Especially with the fact that she still has the poking ability. She does go well with the Vengeance as well. And also with the increased defenses in the physical and the magic defense, I think with the Thunderbolt item as well, oh my god, CC is going to be such a tanky frontliner. And, that's going to be a big difference maker. That's for sure. But at the moment, I think we want to make sure that whatever has been picked up will be there in the times to come in this current meta, especially given the fact that there is also the carry that's going to be a problem in the goal lane, especially after the buff. They increased the duration of the ultimate about 10 seconds, and 10 seconds is a long time, Scared Yet, for that
am
speedy light
more
boost to
than
connect.
a
And look at that, they
weapon.
take off the Zushin, the Terizla, as well as the Julian. So ABM leaving no stone unturned. They don't care about the Edith. They don't care about the Valentina. They do not want to give the assassins to the Eliminators, especially this Julian, which is basically a counter-engaged fighter. Yes, he's a fighter, folks. He's not an assassin. I know, surprise, surprise. And I think right now, with the fact that everything has been going on for this game, it's pretty exciting, folks. Right now, Scared It and myself, Kronos, we're excited to bring you this action once again.
My
Let's not
mission
forget, this is the
is to
finals. This is going down to
protect
best of
lives. Your
7.
team is
ABM on the
picking.
blue side, whereas Team Eliminators on the red. And it's getting exciting as exciting can be with Hylos being taken off the table. The Zask is available right now in this game number 1. First pick, what will they go? Because if I was them, the Zask is available. You do not want to let go of that hero. Yes, the Roger is as well. So it looks like they have to prioritize someone in the current meta that will fit their
I see
playstyle.
lots of
And looking at the way
prey.
they're going, they
Your
want to give
team is
Radium
picking.
his priority pick. This Roger is going to create havoc in the land of Dawn and conquer the goal lane and also
Destroy
make his way
and
into the map.
conquer.
And currently for Mobile Legends 5v5, we have seen the rise of Zask in the mid lane. This Predator, this alien is making his way into the meta from the mid lane through his Nightmaric spawn, through the Dominator's descent, especially with all the damage that he provides, with the new itemization, with the changes that's come along, the glowing wand, the blood wings, creates and provides sustainability for Zask as well. So at the current
The
moment, it only
hunt
goes to show what they'll be
begins.
going about
Your
and the
team is
priority
picking.
pick in that Ruby. I love the way that the draft is going about for Team Eliminators, given the fact that Ruby is a counter engage. It's also a disengage potential that
俺の
comes in
刃
these team
は
fights, but they
い
give
つ
away
で
the
も闇に潜んでい
Hayabusa
るぞ
to Jay currently, and I think this is going to be a big problem. They are sacrificing the damage for the CC, for the chain CC, and relying a lot on the Zask right now, Eliminators, but at the same time, ABM, they want to go all guns blazing. They pick up the assassin, the Hayabusa, the ninja himself,
Sheesh.
along with the fact that they got the Roger, the werewolf that can just finish them off. So they have two potential finishers in the game. So they have enough cleanup crew. It's just a matter of time to figure
I
out who's
will
their front line
choose
going to
my
be. They
own
go for the
path.
Your
Arlot
team is
scared yet.
picking.
I mean, at this point, let's just be honest. In the first three picks, ABM has technically won out the draft until we see some counter pick coming in from Suzumi. Because normally, yes, you would kind of argue that
Test.
Zask and Ruby are a pretty
Alpha
solid
is
Your
pick.
online.
But
team
on
is
the other
banning.
side, Roger and Hayabusa, they've got a pretty solid in and out. And combine it with Mirio's final slash, he can do really well against the Rubies. I'm offended to counter all of that, right? But I like the alpha pick coming in. You've got a bit of a tankiness. Plus, at the same time, I think so you can deal a lot of true damage as well with the passive.
Yeah, and I think at the moment it's just a matter of time which way they want to go. I like the alpha, you're right, but against an assassin, it's not the greatest. They're looking for the hard snowball, but will they be able to get down on time is the big question. And who are they going to be banning out currently? They need to take out a strong EXP and roamers just to make sure this Arlot, which is so flexible currently in the current meta.
Your team
I mean,
is
I'm not
banning.
sure. Yeah, they take out the Kufra, especially because Apex is known for that. And right now, they should be looking at taking out some of the gold laners as well. Also, possibly leave the carry open for themselves since they are the first pick in the second phase. So I'm not sure what they're thinking exactly. Maybe even take out the Grok at this point.
They can technically take off the Grog too, but as you've already mentioned, right? Since we're seeing the roamer ban coming in from the side of eliminators, I kind of think that they might put Crisis onto that roam position. I mean, that Ruby could potentially go in onto that roam, but if they're doing that, they would need something tanky over towards the EXP side, and Teresra has already been banned out. So it's going to be something that we'll have to look forward to after all. Or maybe they just respect banning Apex at this point, banning out the Kufra as well. And also maybe they can look forward to
I
banning
didn't
an
cure the
Atlas.
pain.
Or they,
Your
I
team
they
hunt.
take up
is
the
banning.
Valentina. Pretty understandable because the Valentina's ultimate now can copy the other side. So you don't want to give the other side the I'm offended or even the Dominator's descent.
I am the
Yeah,
priestess
and I
of
think,
primal
the
lightning,
Edith being
the
taken off the
hunter of
table as
all
well,
the
they
evil
do not
gods.
want whatsoever to give any sort of CC that can disrupt the plans of Eliminators, especially in this first game of the best of 7. And folks, for those of you who are watching, let's not forget, in a best of 7, it's really important to get that snowball rolling. You want to get that momentum right off the bat because it kind of sets the pace for the series. And going against like a powerhouse, a top dog team in ABM who have been on top of this mountain in the Indian server from Mobile Legends 5v5 for quite a long time now. They've been sitting at the apex of this entire community, of this entire gaming scene, and right now they are looking to climb. Will they be able to overcome this mountain? Will Team Eliminators, they go with the front line of the Tigreal, so they definitely want to fight. They don't want to run away, and they want to create havoc in these team fights. But to counter that, they have instantly locking in that Vexana. I love this Vexana pick, Scared Yet, and alongside the Carmilla, the AoE is just too much for them to deal with.
Ended with a
I think that they
poisoned
can also go
apple,
in for a
and
Diggy pick
my
if they really
tale
want to for
began.
Apex instead of that Carmilla to basically counteract the entire I'm offended or also even the implosion from Tigreal. But even if
True
Apex
love
locks in the Carmilla, I think
is
so I'm
like
pretty down
blood.
for
Your
it because
team is
you can
picking.
stop in that pursuit coming in already by the Crimson Blood, but at the same time you got the Curse of Blood, right? So you can connect it onto a couple of people on the backside. You'll have the spread damage from the Oogie Shadow Kill as well as from the Lycan Pounce of Radium plus Asuna. Those marks that are coming on top of you are going to be pretty annoying to deal with, specifically if there's someone exploding right next to you.
Yeah, I agree. And, it's just going to be popping in one after the other after you from the passive Vexana, but they go for the Yu Zhong. So this is a gold lane Ruby. They've been flexing this Ruby for quite a long time, and this is a strategy we saw Radiant pull off in one of the semifinals as well. And I think it goes to show that they are quite flexible team eliminators. They're not just a one-trick pony. They're not just someone that can rely on the traditional way to go about the team fights. And having these kind of frontline, having this damage, they're definitely looking to snowball. But at the same time, will they be able to do so, Scary? That's the big question.
It's like they have to either end the game within the first 12 to 13 minutes. At max, it goes to 14, not longer than that. Or again, it should technically be ABM getting the win in under their belt, as you've already mentioned. Since it's the Gold Rain Ruby, yes, you want to have that early snowball as quickly as possible. With the chain CC that you have by Jaswan, Suzumi, Crisis, I think so they should be able to pull it off as well. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've been yapping about a lot of the draft. Now both of them have been set in stone, and we're moving into the grand finals. And it's the first game on board. The Land of Dawn is in front of us, looking as beautiful as ever, just like the skins that all of these people are using. You are watching the Battle Knights MOBA Legends 5v5 Championship. It is ABM up against the Eliminators. ABM on the blue, Eliminators on the red. You've got me Stadium alongside me, Chronos, two of the best out there in the arena. And this is the battle to become the greatest.
Yeah, definitely the battle to become the greatest indeed, especially when it's the Eliminators trying to eliminate the mountaintop, trying to climb all the way. And look at Jaswan going in with a Sacred Hammer on towards Jay. He's forced to use the Quad Shadow, but now he does not have the Retribution. He has, oh, he's so close, Spear. Serar's rather, he's so close to take that up for himself with the level advantage, just not able to do so, but definitely will have the earlier rotation on towards the EXP side.
True, but now here's the thing, right? The Nightmaric spawn, it does not clear out the wave that very quickly. So the entire river control is going to be maintained by ABM, and you can look at how much of that map control is Apex providing to Asuna. They can quickly go in for the rotations as well, sees that there's no one ganking in over towards the bottom. So it's a winning lane for Radium either ways, or if not a winning lane, he's going to make sure it's going to be a stalemate. So Ruby is not winning it whatsoever. So they can clearly prioritize the top side, try to take down Mirio, try to utilize, try to support Mirio and utilize the fact that Suzumi, since he's playing aggressive, would eventually be taken down sooner or later.
Yeah, looking at the fact that they want to prioritize the EXP lane from the side of Eliminators, understandably so, because the Ruby, like you mentioned, kind of wins the lane against any sort of gold laner currently in the meta. And now with the turtle spawning about 3 seconds, just want to be looking to hit that level 4 power spike to get that implosion along with the flicker. So they definitely want to deal the damage. This is the calm before the storm scared yet, and looks like the calm has been more quiet than ever because there's no first blood yet. 2 minutes 10 seconds into the game, both the teams looking to hit that level 4 power spike before they get on the turtle.
Absolutely, this looks like an important situation, and we already see Eliminators having a bit of an advantage out there. But oh my god, what a final stat coming in!
And they go for the implosion as well, along with the Curse of Blood. First blood going on towards Asuna. The perfect play coming in from Mirio, sacrificing himself for the likes of 3 and possibly 4. Bid, the last one left standing here in the turtle pit. He does not have the Dominator's Descent, gets taken down. Double kill on towards Apex, who has a 202 KDA right now. 4-for-1 is the kill score on the side of ABM after picking up the turtle as well. And talk about getting the spoils, as they've gotten everything that was needed. A perfect start to a perfect best of 7 grand finals.
Absolutely. Mirio's final slash was the key out there with the engage coming in, and then the perfect follow-up with Asuna. And you always talk about the deadly grasp, as in as soon as it lands, you can't really do anything because you're terrified. Now that millisecond or half of a second CC that comes into play is absolutely nightmaric, but the same thing could be said for Suzumi over the top side, as an off-camera pick coming in, and Suzumi has been deleted. Now this Yu Zhong's going to be behind in farm, and Jay on Hayabusa is just snowballing out of control.
Yeah, and as a Hayabusa, you would love that, wouldn't you? If you heard somebody else going against the Hayabusa, you definitely wouldn't like that, and especially Bid at this point playing the Zazk. He has to be more careful whatsoever, and look at Jaswan here getting poked out, getting spotted out by Apex Asuna as well. Just making sure this Tiger is nowhere around the map, always visible to make sure they don't get that flicker implosion surprise that they wouldn't want. But here, look at Serar. He's forced to use the Spear of Alpha to get out of harm's way, and Apex just dominating the river alongside Asuna, just like you mentioned, Scared Yet.
Exactly. I mean, they clear out the mid so very quickly and then they can move around freely. You've constantly got that poke damage coming in, and Asuna has completed the Enchanted Talisman. But oh my god, the Dominator's Descent used up defensively for Bid to survive. He can't bid on his life whatsoever. And now it's not available for any possible bottom gank.
Yeah, and I think, the fact that Bit is not able to put any sort of bit for his life means that Hayabusa the Ninja has a great time just going to the quad shadow, the Ogi shadow kill. He is looking to pick off that Zask more than ever, especially given the fact that he's one of the squishies in the game. The rest are all quite beefy and chunky boys. And this alien, however, will be looking to survive. Will he be able to do so with the next turtle about to spawn scared yet?
I don't really think so, because again, look at the entire control coming in, and there comes in the Eternal Guard. Oh my god. Jaswant been deleted, Kronos, and he's the roamer.
Oh, I thought Tigreal was supposed to be the guy with a big shield, a big hammer, but look at that. They want to go in. Don't Run Wolf's King being used as well, but gets burst down by the Ogi shadow kill, along with the retributions. They get the turtle as well. They go on towards Alpha, use a Spear of Alpha, but look at Jay. He is not scared whatsoever, making use of all the 4 shadows in the quad shadow. That is a high skill maneuver indeed, folks, especially after the revamp of Hayabusa. He has been unstoppable, and look at that. They want to go for more. Jaswan here gets the Sacred Hammer on towards Apex, but he goes in Miria with a final slash. He gets a little bit more, but he gets caught out too deep along with the Dominator's Descent. They get the damage, but at the same time, Jaswan will fall down. So that's 2 for 1 trade, but here comes the Black Dragon on towards Zay. They want to get that kill using the Astro's Eye to get our harm's way, but at the same time, Bid falls down. That's a double kill on towards Izumi. He wants to go for more. Radium between a rock and a hard place. He will fall down. That is a triple for the Black Dragon in this grand finals. What a way to kick things off in the mid-game phase as well. Eliminators do not want to be any sort of pushover scared yet.
A bit too overzealous from ABM this time around. They were a little bit disconnected out there. Apex as well, being caught out over towards the turret. He did pop up the Purify to try and survive for that, but again, the engagement and the committedness was just so very deep. At that point, there was no escape route whatsoever, and because Jay used the shadow kill over towards the bot just after the turtle, he did not have it available for that fight, and that was the only change in the entire situation. Now there comes in another engage.
Oh, they went for it all right. The knockups are real. At this point, the Ogi shadow kill as well. They get the kill onto just one. Izumi will get shut down by Asuna. They get a 2 for 1 trade. Yes, they trade Apex, but they get the shutdown. And looks like Bill is the next on the chopping block, but not so, because they don't have the spells to reach him whatsoever. And Bid able to use the flicker to get out of harm's way as well. With the 3rd turtle about to spawn soon enough scared yet, what do you think Eliminators have to do to make that sort of a comeback?
To be honest, they just have to wait and have to make sure that Jay does not have the Oogie Shadow kill whenever they're going in for those engages. That's the only main core damage skill that has been deleting them and demolishing them. And as soon as they reach level 12, as soon as Jay reaches level 12, you know it's going to become even more difficult to try and survive from him.
Oh, the retribution missing out from Serrar at this point, but they get the kill. Mirio has been unstoppable with the way that he's been engaging and making sure he is the front line that peels for the team. And right now, look at that. It's a 4-man push rather down the mid lane. What can Jaswan do? He's a lonely Tiger along with the side of Bid, but the zone coming in from Apex is quite real. Quad Shadow goes in on towards Bid. He's forced to use the Dominator's Descent as well. He wants to zone away Jay from this purple buff, making sure Serrar gets it, but he goes for more. Look at the Imo Fender coming on from Crisis at the right time. Curse of Blood being used as well, linking 3 of them together, but there is no damage as Asuna calls retreat and making sure that ABM get back, find their footing. Do not want to give any sort of untoward advantage to the side of Eliminators.
That is true. As you mentioned, moving backwards as well. They lost Jay, but it's absolutely fine. The man is out farming everyone else out there. Level 11 already. Just one more level and the Oogie Shadow Kill is going to be deleting everyone, no matter if you've got any kind of Wind of Nature or not. It's going to outlast the Wind of Nature's duration. And that's a big thing about this Hayabusa. But there comes in the Conceal play.
Oh, look at that Black Dragon along a Furious Dive to make sure he survives. But right now, he wants to go for more. Jaswan, though, he has the Implosion. He has Flicker as well, but gets spotted out. And Apex is there. They want to go for more. He's forcing out the Flicker. Jaswan went in too deep, but at the same time, look at Mirio. He gets caught in the Dominator's Descent and the I'm Offended as well. And he gets to fall down. That's a good trade coming in from the side of Eliminators, especially making sure that they were split up around the map, distracting Radium, distracting Jay, distracting Asuna. and picking up Mirio, who was the problem to deal with from the beginning. And look at Apex, he's biting off more than he could chew. He will fall down. Spear of Alpha, and look at Radium, he wants to go for more as well. He has the Lycan pounds, he's dishing out the damage, but kiting's ever so beautifully. Crisis here, he does not have the I'm offended. Don't run, Wolves came on towards him. Radium running for his life. What is a werewolf in front of the Ruby? But Jay here picking up the pieces, able to get the mid tier 2 while the distraction was being created. Scared yet ABM able to pull off a steal.
Absolutely. And look at the movement coming in from Radium this time around, because every single time when you're being chased by someone, it is advised not to run just towards the tower, run towards your teammates. And that's what he did. And the threat coming in that Jay is there is what stopped Crisis onto his tracks. He did not even have the flicker to connect that I'm offended. And that's why just was waiting and trying to chase down this running werewolf. But eventually, Radium being able to jump out of that is what was absolutely phenomenal. Now there comes in another.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh! What was that, Scared yet? That was a treat for our eyes. That was a lot of micro plays happening. Lycan pounds from Radium used at the right time to avoid the Don't Run Wolves King from Crisis, but at the same time, the first kill, being able to pick up the kill, and Jay just there with the Ogi Shadow kill, making sure he gets the return as well. So I think it's just a battle of micros and not so behind our eliminators. 3,000 is not a lot, especially in 10 minutes into the game. And looking at the fact that they're able to maintain themselves.
I would have agreed with you almost every single multiverse out there, but only in this one I'm gonna disagree over the fact because there's no marksman on the other side.
I was about to say
insurance, and that's the only reason why I would say that even though it's just a 3,000 lead, yes, it's understandable that Crisis is dealing a lot of damage, but you know that one good positioning coming in from Radium and just one good or big retribution onto that Dominator's descent means that your Nightmare spawn is going to be deleted, because I still think there is a way to deal with it, and if in case ABM is able to, that's going to be a big thing. But there comes in an Oogie Shadow on Sarar.
Oh, look at that. They want to go for a bit more. No, they do back off. Sarar here, taking down a half HP, but he is a tanky boy indeed. This Alpha looking to make sure to dominate the map. Trying to be the Alpha in the land of Dawn. Scared yet. But currently, without the marksman, without the gold lane presence that is required in the late game, how will they be able to do so? Look at Just One. He gets spotted out. Apex here. He goes for a little bit more, but at the same time, Izumi on towards Mirio. He gets terrified as Just One. This Tiger will have to run back for his life. Radium goes for Lycan Pounce, but there it is. The Dominator set along with the I'm offended, purely getting the kill on towards Radium. That was their initial target, and they got it indeed. Here comes the re-engage. Here comes the Black Dragon from Izumi. He does have the Petrify. He wants to go for more, but he gets terrified. But look at that. The Faker Final Slash is real. He gets the Vengeances on towards them. They pick up Izumi. And that was a beautiful play coming in from Mirio, making sure his team does not get on the back foot. And what a way to try and make a comeback. But here goes for the implosion along with Spear of Alpha. Jay here, Quad Shadow getting out of harm's way. Don't Run Wolf King used, but look at the final slash once again from Mirio making the play. And the Ogi Shadow kill from Jay, able to pick up the pieces. He gets a triple. That is a 4-man wipe. A bit is the only one left standing. And what can this alien do in the land of Dawn?
I was just about to mention that Jay has his Oogie Shadow kill. In every single fight, it has been the Shadow kill that has always made the difference, because the amount of damage can never be underestimated. I do like the idea of the Eliminators not picking up a marksman against a Hayabusa on the other side, just because of the fact that you know that Hayabusa's Oogie Shadow kill is going to outlast their marksman in every single engagement, and that's going to be just a lot of pressure or a lot of babysitting being done on the back of the fact that Angela was banned out. But again, it is not helping, because even after that, now the Blade of Despair has to pick up as well. And a Dragon Spear for Radium. So you know, as soon as he casts out his ultimate, as soon as he changes form, he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage, and his movement speed is going to be just unstoppable. Probably a running Johnson is what you'll see.
A running Johnson indeed, or a running Hylos, you never know. But look at that, Jay goes on towards Crisis. He's not able to survive. Yes, he does, thanks to defense buffs, but at the same time, Spear of Alpha from Sarar is there, and Radium gets the kill, but the implosion comes out. They use the Purify to run away, and the Black Dragon from Izumi is not enough. Apex with a concealed play as well. He wants to go for a little bit more. He has the Curse of Blood. The Eternal Guard is available as well. They're trying to defend their base crystal, which is cracked open into the mid lane, and here Sarar goes in, but look at that link coming in from Curse of Blood along with the Eternal Guard, is enough to deal the damage, and they get 3 in return. And right now, they can't really do much. And look at the recall taunts coming in. This is game number 1 of the best of 7, folks. Let's not forget, they get the killing spree, biting off more than they could chew. Radiant will fall down. Jaswan here trying to defend for his team, but not able to do so. And ABM take game number 1 in this best of 7 series. What a way to get things started, Scared Yet. What a way to get things started.
Nasty setups coming in from Melio as well as Apex, and every single time that Curse of Blood was used, the damage was spread out between the players on the other side, and that was the only reason we could clearly see the why APM were winning out in those engagements. Asuna with the MVP for this one also had the dire hit roam completed with again just the glowing wand, winter crown, enchanted talisman, divine glaive, the constant spread damage. Those terrifies were making just one not being able to commit onto a lot of people, but at the same time, you had the Purify on Apex, you had the Purify on Radium. What can you actually do in this situation when you're at Igreal? Because Crisis, he went in for the War Axe as well as the Hunter Strike. So that's a damaged Ruby. He'll not be able to tank a lot, and that's what we were constantly seeing. The commitment coming in from Radium as well as J in that very last engagement over towards the bottom side of the inhibitor was what made that I'm offended not useful at all. And that was the big win condition coming in for ABM.
Yeah, and the way I think also Eliminators needed some sort of suppression, in my opinion. Yes, they had the Tigreal, but I think if they had a Kaja, for example, because they already have the Ruby, right? They already have the Ruby to provide the CC that's required. So why do you want to pile up on more? Especially given the fact that they can run the Purify. So if they had some sort of a suppression, they would be able to stop Jay in his tracks, especially when he's using that quad shadow. So maybe a different route is what they should be looking to approach.
True.
But at the same time, they weren't able to do so, Scared. So what do you think is for game number 2? Which way should they go about? Should they actually change their approach or not?
I mean, at this point, I just feel that yes, they would have to change their approach because I agree with the point you mentioned of being having the Ruby to stop anyone who wants to hard dive in on their tracks. But at the same time, the Ruby was in the gold lane. So you could clearly see that Crisis was not present in more than 50% of the fights that were being taken. Now that clearly shows that the I am offended is just not there to stop anyone on the other side. Or don't run Wolf King is also not there, and the Sacred Hammer implosion are not that instant crowd control that you can get as soon as someone dies. You go in for that. No, that's not it. It takes a few seconds, and that is just enough for Jay to run away or even to Radium to dash out of it. And he had the Purify, as you mentioned as well about that fact. So I think so. Putting Crisis on that room or basically just handing Ruby over to Jaswan would have been a little better, and them going in for something that could sustain and on that gold could have also been pretty good. Maybe something like the Clint could deal a damage on that phenomenal range too. I would have loved the Ixia as well. I'll be honest, I'm spamming her a lot. But those are something. Those are the conversations for some other day, ladies and gentlemen. This was just game number 1. This is the best of 7 series, so we'll have to see if in case the eliminators can bounce back from this one, or will we see the domination of ABM continues. In order to know that, make sure to stay tuned as we will be right back after just 5 minutes.
Welcome back, everyone, to Battle Knights Championship Season 1 of Mobile Legends 5v5 in India. It is the grand finals, the best of 7 series between ABM versus Team Eliminators. I am Kronos, your caster. Alongside me for this one, it will not be scared yet. He had to go to take a bathroom break, and right now with me is Soul Sky himself. And right now, the legend Soul Sky, how you doing, my buddy? We are back here in the caster desk after quite a long time in this second game of the best of 7 series. ABM took game number 1 if you were watching, and I'm pretty excited to see this game number 2, how it's going to go about.
Man, first of all, very thank you for giving me such a wonderful introduction. And as you have said, we have been here after a long time, and keeping the legend part to you, we are here in, the best of 7 series, and this is going to be game number 2 of the best of 7 between the Eliminators on the left, and on the right, it's the ABM. And yes, I was watching the first match, and it was, quite a beautiful to watch. But for now, let's see whether the team eliminators will get their retaliation, or will ABM continue their domination.
Yeah, exactly. I think Eliminators this time on the blue side means they have the advantage. They have the priority pick as well. So they'll be looking to stop the domination coming in from the side of ABM, and ABM looking to make sure they get that clean sweep like they always do. And I got jitters going down up and down my spine, Soul Sky. And I mean, it goes to show how excited I'm. Quite pumped. The adrenaline is quite a lot, especially after that game number 1. ABM quite dominating display, but by no means were Eliminators any sort of pushover. So they ban out the Chip, they ban out the Zushin. I think they want to ban out the Zask as well, but they had a problem with Mirio Zarlot indeed.
Man, that's a respect ban coming in from the Eliminators, and the Chip being, one of the standard bans along with Zokshin, because you don't want to get thrown out of a like here and there in your second game of this best of 7 series. And the second ban is gonna be up very soon. And in the chat, people are saying the ABM this, whether the ABM will win or maybe the Eliminators will win. So we will have to wait for it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the viewers are hyped for sure. They want to see this go down all the way to the best of 7. And right now, Eliminators on the blue side means they have that priority pick. What are they looking to prioritize? Do they want the Roger or do they want the Zask? And the Hylos is still available, especially in Mobile Legends 5v5. We've seen in the rank games how much he's being spammed, and now Hylos being taken off the table means that they want to go for the Zask route, right? They either want to go the Zask or the Roger. They're asking the question to ABM, hey, what do you want to let go of? आप क्या देंगे हमको? And especially looking at that, they're just waiting for the reply. They can, maybe ABM can just ignore it completely and just ban out something untoward and just pick up the other for themselves, make that even trade that they'll be looking for.
आप जो भी दो हम वो ले लेंगे. I think that should be their reply. But for now, let's see what's the third ban is the first banning phase is gonna be, because we have left. Never mind, it's gonna be the Hayabusa, and we have seen what Hayabusa can do in the game number 1. And for now, the Roger is open as their gold laner. So what do you think, Kronos? What is gonna be up for the team Eliminators?
Yeah, and I think, Eliminators should be looking to take that Roger indeed, especially given the fact that Roger is quite powerful, flexible in the jungle, flexible in the gold lane as well. So right now, Eliminators, but they prioritize the Zask. Bid did have a good game, even the presence of the Hayabusa on the other side. So not gonna lie, he was doing all right in the mid lane with the Zask, especially looking at the river control, but they give away Radium, the Roger once again, the rubies available. They also have the Assassin Julian. They also have Valentina, the Edith, the Terizla. There's quite a lot for them to choose from. An ABM prioritizing Miria, going for the Terizla means they want that penalty zone. They want to dominate these team fights, and only goes to show how this draft will be going about from now on.
Man, yes. And for the EXP lane, I think Edith is still open. And the first 2 pick coming from the ABM is, the Roger and the Terizla pick. That's a quite good picks coming from the ABM. And as you've said, the Bid has a very quite good game in the previous game also. But let's see what he's gonna cook in this game. And the 2 picks are up for the team Eliminators. What are they gonna pick right now? I mean, are they gonna go for the roam, or maybe they will go for some, the early marksman? Yes, they are gonna go for that Edith. And for this, the second pick, I mean the S2 pick. And we have just a few seconds short. What is gonna be? It's gonna be popping up really, really, very soon. Okay, it's the Alpha as their jungler, and they have secured the 3 picks in the first picking phase, and what's the last pick is gonna be in this first picking phase from Asuna.
Yeah, and again, they're trusting Serrar on that alpha in the jungle, right? They know ABM probably want to go for that tankier route this time, so making sure that the alpha secured quite early means that they will be able to dish out the damage. And also now this Edith can be flexed into the roam, can be flexed into the EXP. We don't really know which way it's going. Sometimes playing the gold lane, I wouldn't suggest it so much, but with the Edith on the EXP side or the roam side of things, they're looking to dominate this Roger, especially if he's in the jungle. So definitely not looking to put that Roger in the jungle for this game. But right now, ABM need to prioritize the mid lane, and they're looking to do so. The Vexana, once again, being the difference maker in the previous game from Asuna, will be picked up once again to create that deadly grasp, that terrified, that millisecond, that moment that the side of ABM need. And right now, Ruby being banned out means they don't want any sort of that, double fighter shenanigans once again. So waiting to see Soul Sky, how they'll be going about. Looking at the first phase, what do you think? Which team came out on top?
Man, looking at the first phase, I think I'm hovering towards ABM, but let's wait for the last 2 picks from both sides, because they might decide this game how this game will go according to the drafts. But for now, the Carmilla is getting banned, and I think they saw what Carmilla did in the previous game. And as you mentioned, the Vexana pick coming from Asuna, and I have seen what Asuna did in the previous game. So both the teams have to be very, very careful of each other. For now, the second ban of the second banning phase, the Minotaur coming back. Minotaur coming from the Apex. I'm not sure how I should put it, but yeah, that's a Minotaur. And for the Eliminators, the just one is left. So what do you think, Rose? What is gonna be up in his mind right now?
Yeah, I think, taking out the Minotaur means Eliminators, they realize that the side of ABM want to dive. If I was them, I'd probably take out the Julian, right? The Julian is a little too strong to deal with, especially given the fact that once he gets snowballing, he's going to hit hard. He has the chain CC knockup. He has the sword. He has the sight. So he's able to do a lot of damage. And I think stacking that up with someone like a Terizla, especially in the early game power spike of the Roger, would be a perfect fit for ABM. So, but they ban out the Kufra. The threat of Apex's Kufra is always present.
Man, that's a respect ban coming from the Eliminators. But let's see what the ABM is gonna pick in this second phase as their J. I think he's gonna go for jungler, or maybe he will just swipe Apex. And for the jungle, I think that Julian is left. And as you mentioned, he got the chain, sight, and the dash. So he's pretty annoying to face if he snowballs. And you have a pretty hard game. So we will see whether he's gonna go for the Julian, because 20 seconds is still left, or maybe he will just swipe the Apex as a roamer. But never mind, he's hovering towards the turret, and
No
will
way.
we be able to?
No way, Soul. No way. I don't think it's gonna be a Harriet. Oh my god, they go for the Harriet. Oh, Soul. First
Let
of
him
all,
go.
even if it goes for the Harriet, we don't know which lane this Harriet is going.
Everything is
Gold
within
lane
my
or
reach.
jungle.
Man, I think they just know that Roger is going for that goal lane, and pretty much Harith is supposed to I mean, they can swipe each other also. I mean, they give Roger to Jay, and Jay give Harith to Radium. So we don't know, but let's just hold our breath and let them cook. But for now, the second phase, 2 picks coming from the team Eliminators. They are going for that Angela. Yes, they will go for that Angela. Crisis what will he pick to make a crisis against ABM?
Oh wow!
If time is
The
a river,
Angela, the
I'm
Nathan.
swimming against
This is a lot of damage coming in from Eliminators. A lot of magic damage, not enough physical, but at the same time, Alpha does do a lot of true damage. So I'm not sure what Eliminators are cooking, but the fact that they are dishing out this much damage already, they have the early game presence, but they have the late game Nathan alongside the Zask. So definitely looking to dish out the damage, but Apex realizes if he goes for the Kaja, it is going to be the big difference maker. So waiting for that opportunity to get that Divine Judgment on towards one, just snatch them away entirely. So I'm not sure, but I think Kaja is a great pick here.
Man, I think Apex, heard you as you was mentioning that Harith. Sorry, not the Harith, but the Kaja would be a better pick for the Eliminators in the previous game. But for now, they have gone for the Kaja. Apex with that Kaja pick will complete the ABM's draft, and the draft of the team eliminators is also completed. Both the looks pretty jagged. So let me just ask you, the viewers and the Chronos, which side are you?
Hey, so look, I love the Nathan. I love the Angela pick. I love the Alpha pick. I love the. For those of you who don't know, I used to be global Zask at one point. You know, global #1 Zask at one point when he wasn't even in the meta. So I know you're surprised. And Edith as well. A really good composition coming in from the side of eliminators. It's not a losing composition. It's a really good winning composition. But on the other side, ABM are just ABM, you know? It's just that they are ABM. They've been on this mountaintop for such a long time, and Apex is sitting right at the apex of it with his roaming position, with all that he can provide. But for now, folks, let's get ready to rumble. We're trying to get into the second game in this best of 7 series. ABM versus Eliminators. ABM already won up in this best of 7, but this time on the red side, will they be able to dominate once again, or does the side of Eliminators have their number? And this is me, Kronos, alongside me, Soul Sky. Soul Sky, take it away.
Man, I'm very excited to see where the first team fight is gonna pop up. But for now, both the junglers are going for that, the standard gold lane rotation jungle. And we can see a skirmish in the EXP lane. Mirio just trying to dash out the damage to that eliminator Suzumi. And for now, the Lethal Wanderer is up. Do you think that there's gonna be fight for the Lethal Wanderer?
I think there should be a fight, but they don't want to go with Serrar here. He realizes his blue buff is being threatened. He doesn't use the retribution. So looking to go and make the trade, but look at Mirio. He's able to steal away the creep away from eliminators. So now Serrar will not be hitting the level 4 power spike like he should, but at the same time, Jay with the Roger in the jungle is going to be dishing out the damage. They're looking for the cleanup. At the same time, Radium here on the goal lane. Apex wants to go with the flicker. He does not have the damage, but he's flickering out of harm's way. Crisis juking and dodging and bobbing and weaving, but gets taken out by Asla indeed, and forced to flicker out of harm's way as well. What a trade. Crisis buying so much time for his team soul.
Yeah, he was trying his very best, very best to avoid any kind of damage, but he just died from basic. Never mind, Jay is going for that Zaz, and he will just back off. And now this, all 4 team of the team eliminators are up, and they will back off for now and regroup for the turtle fight, because turtle is gonna be up in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, turtle is up right now, and I'm pretty excited how the turtle fight is gonna be, as ABM is leading with 1 kill, and they look at the goal lead. They are still 1.4k ahead than the team eliminators. So I'm pretty excited to see this turtle fight. How is it's gonna be?
Yeah, this turtle fight should be something that we'll be looking to prioritize, especially Mirio. He has the flicker, he has the penalty zone as well. And Apex, without the flicker, he does have the divine judgment, so who will he catch? And I think he should go in for Suzumi, but look at that penalty zone with the flicker. Catches the back line, the bid is forced to back off, and so is Serrar. But right now, the retribution coming on time for Jay, able to pick up pieces. They go for it. Primal Rat being used, but the Lycan Bounce is available. Jay wants to go, no he doesn't. He's in the human form, there he is. He goes for the Lycan Bounce, but the damage coming out from Astra is too much for them to deal with. They get 2 in return. There's the 3rd, and there's the 4th that's available. Jay looking to get that 4 kills in the early game with the Roger. That is a double. He gets 2-0-2 once again in the first turtle fight. ABM dominate with 4 kills in the game.
That was a beautiful penalty zone coming up, and the follow that ABM gave to Terizla and all of the players is very quite a beautiful sight to see, as they are up for that 5-for-1. Angela getting that kill of the Tesla was a very quick quick-minded coming from the Angela. But for now, AVM is up for 4 kills ahead, and their goal lead is also being, I think, 2k apart from the team eliminators. So team eliminators need to pull out something so that they will be able to face again AVM.
Yeah, that's true, Soul. That's true. And especially now, it feels like a deja vu of game #1. So what do you think ABM, or rather Eliminators, have to do to make that sort of a comeback? Because look at ABM. They're just dominating the river. They're dominating the map. And look at Mirio. He doesn't care about what's happening in the bot lane. He wants to pick that fight on the top side.
Man, yeah, he just cleared his, he just cleared his lane, and he's going for that
flicker. Divine Judgment indeed. Along with the Eternal Guard, they abuse the mechanics. They get just one. What's a lonely Angela gonna do? But look at that. Miria goes for the penalty zone. There's entropy being used on the other side. Jay gets the kill along Radium. And right now with the Zaman Force, they're trying to take down the turret, but Spear of Alpha comes out on towards Mirio. Suzumi able to dish out the damage to the Primal Rat. They have the hard guard on towards Serrar, but it is not enough for them to get more in return. They always get 3 or 4 kills for the trade of 1. So ABM definitely on the upper hand this time. 3k gold lead once again.
Man, Meteor coming on, gold lane, and that was a successful trade coming from ABM as they got their first turret in the gold lane, and now Harith is free to move. He has much to gang because his lane is not now. He will not get pressured in his lane, and now look at this. He is in the bot lane, and the second turtle is up. So I think the turtle fight is gonna be up, as Asuna will be recalling here, and Team ABM is not trying to regroup. They are just looking for one more trade, and look, and that's a good Nightwake spawn, and ABM will take out that Nightwake spawn, and that's a stun coming in.
Yeah, look at the onward. At the same time, Divine Judgment was used as well. Dominator's Descent comes out. Eternal Guard from Asuna on this Vexana, dishing out the damage. They baited out quite a lot of expensive spells from the side of ABM, except for that penalty zone that Mirio has been so on point with. He has the flicker as well, so they reset the turtle, waiting for the opportunity. But right now, Suzumi, he has the flicker. The onward has been catching them off guard as well. They want to go for more, but look at that. Spear of Alpha comes up, but there's the penalty zone. Retribution on point for Serrar. He gets the turtle. Eliminators looking to eliminate ABM, and they get Mirio this time thanks to the hard guard as well. That is a beautiful display of skills coming out from Eliminators. But here's Radium. He has his Amon Force dropped. He's going for the Synchro Fission. The Chrono dashes. But enough damage coming in from Asuna with that Deathly Grasp along with the Eternal Guard. ABM's Jay. He wants to go for more Lycan Pounds. He's under the turret. He will sacrifice himself. But for what? Because Asuna's next on the chopping block. And he will go down. No, he doesn't. Flickers out of harm's way. Suzumi can't really catch him. But meanwhile, the mid lane is being taken down by this Hereth.
Man, Zask was going for that Vexana, but he thought that she recalled, but never mind. That was a beautiful team fight, and I think ABM J just got greedy and going for that Angela kill. But remember, Angela got the shutdown, so that was quite a worth, if you ask me, because they are already, I think 3k gold ahead, and that was a beautiful team fight.
Oh, beautiful Divine Judgment. So what a way. And look at the hard guard coming right on time, coming in clutch as well. Apex got the perfect set, but guess what? Jaswan got the perfect heal. So 2 roamers matching each other in terms of skills, but they're not able to out macro ABM at this point, especially given the fact that they have such fast rotations coming in from their side.
Man, exactly. And now the turtle is going to be in 30 seconds. But never mind. Roger is going in for that crisis. And crisis will be... Oh, never mind. Crisis is in a big crisis right now. And the crisis will get taken down here by Roger.
Yeah, he did. The Lycan Pounce doing the kill. 4-1-5 on a Roger in these 7 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. And right now, I wish I could take a look at the items, because guess what? I think if the Roger has the Sky Piercer, this is game over for the side of Eliminators, at the third turtle just about to spawn in 30 seconds, as Asuna also picks up the glowing wand.
Man, and if you look at it, Roger has build for the Thunder build for that extra HP and that true damage. So that's good. That's very helpful when you are facing that high XP heroes. And now they're just melting out the turtle. This time we can see another review Amirio with that flicker penalty zone.
And they want to go for more. Look at Bid here after the Dominator's Descent gets taken down from the Zaman Force. Hard guard is there. Spear of Alpha comes out, but not enough damage. Suzumi being zoned away, but the Lycan Pounce along with the Synchro Fission gets the kills. And that's the double. They got 3 in return. And Crisis making most of the opportunity that's presented to him, taking down the bot lane tier 1 turret, but not enough as Radium makes the trade, gets the tier 2 up top. So definitely ABM, after all those trades, being on top in this game. 7,000 gold lead, Soul Sky. I think they're gonna go for more right now.
And I think this is, oh my god, that's a good stun coming in from the Suzumi, but Roger will escape here. And that's a good follow-up coming in from the team ABM Asuna. And there's a Zaman Force, Kronos.
And look at that, they go for Primal Wrath as well. Suzumi here trying to dish out the damage, able to sustain Radium while being in the Primal form as well. So definitely
Ooh.
looking to make sure they have that sort of tankiness. They have the little bit of damage. They should be looking to catch up in the gold lead for about 3,000 more, and then they will be able to make a difference because they do have Alpha in the jungle who doesn't really need many items to scale. But at this point, Radiant picks up the Holy Crystal. You know what? Forget whatever I said, Soul Sky. They definitely have the damage now.
Man, yeah, exactly. Now they have the damage, and if you see the Vexana's stuns are on point, and look at the turrets that they are ahead. Team ABM has taken down 4 turrets of the team Eliminators, and only 1 turret is down of Team ABM. So that if Eliminators wants to come back in this game, they really need to focus out on their farm for this because they are already, as you mentioned, 7k farm behind. And look at the ABMJ positioning. He's looking for some kill there, and that's a. And I think, do you think that there might be a conceal play coming in from Apex?
Oh, look at that with a flicker. Divine Judgment, but the hard card is there right on time. Suzumi not even allowed to use the primal wrap, and here goes Jay with the Lycan bounce on towards just one. They want that. Angela with the flicker penalty zone coming in from Mirio as well. They're dishing out too much damage for them to deal with, and ABM able to pick up 3 along with the tier 2 down bot. But look at Crisis making the most of the opportunity, getting a tower in return. Well, something is better than nothing indeed, but what did that cost them? 3 kills, about 6,000, 7,000 of the gold lead. Apex just going in under the base crystal, and they don't care. They want to go for more soul.
And yeah, they are not ready to back off as they have got almost. They just that's a flicker stun coming in, and it's a flicker from Asuna. Apex trying to primal wrath, and there's dominant descent also. Mega kill coming in from that Roger.
Oh, it was too much. They sacrificed too much just for the immortality. They didn't even get a kill. Suzumi was quite tilted. They wanted to go for so much more, but not able to do so right now. With the Lord up, ABM looking to take this and secure the game after leaving the side of Eliminator's base crystal exposed from the down bot side. Looks like this is all over in one fell swoop. Soul, what do you think? Or will Eliminators actually have a chance to make that comeback?
Man, if the Eliminators needs to come back in this game, they really they really need that the setup coming from Suzumi along with that alpha charge with that hard guard which we have seen in the second turtle fight. But for now, the turtle sorry, not a turtle, but the Lord is gonna marching from that bottom lane, and AVMJ is clearing out the path for the Lord, while Mirio is in the top lane clearing out the minions, and in the mid lane there is Asuna. So what do you think? Will this Lord be a game over for Team Eliminators, or will there be a very long game?
Yeah, I mean, it's all down to the discipline that ABM have. Even though they know they're dominating these games, look at the discipline that they have. They're pushing all 3 waves at the same time, crashing them together. Also making sure the delay is there to get the second wave of enhanced minions come through as well. But with the entropy of Crisis, they should be able to defend. But look at that, they want to go for more. And there's the flicker that's available for Mirio. So definitely wants to hit that penalty zone like he always does. But on the other side, Serrar is able to clear the wave. But here comes the second wave of super minions like I mentioned earlier. Apex with the flicker, Divine Judgment along with the flicker penalty zone. They get a lot more in return. Yes, they lose Apex, but they got 3, they got 4, but Crisis is the last one left standing with the Lycan Pounce able to try and bob and weave his way out of there, but Crisis can't really defend. He's the last one standing. Look at that Winter Crown full there, but they're not able to do so. They're able to take the base crystal. ABM to game number 2 in this best of 7 series, making it 2-0. So what a game.
Man, that was a on point follow-up coming for the Terizla with that flicker penalty zone, and Apex with that marked ultimate. That was a very, very good gameplay coming from the teams ABM, and as you have mentioned, this best of series, the 2 games have gone towards the team ABM and 0 wins for the team Eliminators. And I think let me just ask you, Kronos, what team Eliminators need to do so that they make a comeback in this best of 7 series?
I don't know, really, to be honest. They need to find a way to prioritize this Roger rather than the Zask. That was one of the mistakes that they made, and honestly, I think they should be looking to go down some other jungle route. Yes, you're picking the alpha, but if the opposition doesn't really go for a tanky jungler, you're going to have a hard time, and that's where Eliminators need to find another way to put something else in the jungle position, because we've seen this a lot before from the side of C9 in the MSC as well. So they're trying to go for the alpha. Yes, he does damage, but if there's no tank on the other side, you can't really do much, and that's the problem they've been facing. So hopefully they rectify that mistake and able to make that able to make that changes, and let's see how they will come back in the next game.
Well, exactly, guys. Guys, you just you have to just be here. We will back in a short break. Till then, you guys stay hydrated, and we'll see you, in a couple of minutes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after two exciting games and both of them falling into the hands of ABM. We are up and ready for game number 3. You all are watching the Battle Knights MOBA 5v5 Championship. It's the Battle Knights MOBA Legends 5v5 Championship. And again, you've got two of the amazing casters on the rest now. Kronos is going to take a break, so it's going to be me, Skate, and alongside me, it's going to be Soul Sky. How are you doing, bro?
Well, very thank you for this wonderful introduction, and I am ready for this game number 3 of the best of 7 series. And as two game has already won by Team ABM, and whether we will see a mega retaliation coming in from Team Eliminators, or we will have to wait and watch ABM dominate again. But for now, looking at the bans, I think the standard ban coming in from the Team ABM, because this time ABM is on the left side and on the right side is the Team Eliminator.
Like to see how the draft phase will go now again, because Apex has shown two different kinds of roamers that you can play. One is, of course, in the form of Carmilla, which when you play together like in Ube, you're going to be punished super well for that. And the second one is, of course, Kaz, the pick off composition that we normally talk about. But all right, they're going to be banning out the Zosk. The game one Zosk on the other side definitely give them a bit of a problem. Even though Bid was constantly targeted, the Dominator's Descent cancelled out the Oogie Shadow Kill quite a few times and basically helped him survive in the situations where he was supposed to be picked off. So I like the idea of Eliminators also banning out the alert. So those game one shenanigans is something that Mirio cannot repeat in this one.
Man, exactly, because they can't let go of that shenanigans. But for now, the last ban of the first phase is gonna be up from the AVM side and Suna. And I think there is pretty much so much to ban, because they can ban. They have the first pick. Either they will prioritize Roger pick, and maybe Roger is getting banned in this match, as we have seen Jay played very well in the previous game. So we will have to wait. Yes, the Tesla ban coming in the team ABM, and I think they will go for some jungler and the first pick.
I mean, I think so. It's going to be again that simple same priority pick that we always talk about, right? Zushin is
Yeah.
also open right now, by the way. So Zushin can be picked up unless it is going to be banned out from the side of the eliminators. So that's something to watch out for as well. And on the other side of the spectrum, as you already mentioned, there could potentially be a first jungler pick. Roger, if left open, can be picked up. And as soon as Zushin has been banned out, Hayabusa is up for grabs. Now, we've seen ABM not that prioritize it, but still pick it up. So it could be possible they can leave it for the second pick, and it's a Roger first pick yet again for Radium. This pick probably shows you the cards that it could be the gold lane or it could also be in the jungle. Now we leave it for you to figure it out.
And being flexible, hero, it really pays you a lot of dividends. But for now, there's, oh my god, they are hovering towards Hayabusa. And Hayabusa being one of the viable junglers in this current meta with the recent buff and the Sky Piercer, it's a very good pick. So do you think that will Roger can counter, the Radiums, or maybe Jay's Roger, or not? But for now, we will wait and let Team Eliminators pick. I think. Do you think that there is gonna be mage or something else?
Could be possible, but I think so. The denial Hayabusa pick is also going to be pretty good. You do not allow Jay to be comfortable onto that one, and it's an Edith early pick. I like the idea because Edith into that EXP lane gets a big priority, and at the same time, if you really want, you can put the Edith into that gold lane as well, and he would still gain the priority against the Roger. He can try and outplay the Roger, constantly using the passive to try and poke him down, while also just kite around a little bit. Plus, you can't really dive in against a needed. That's basically just a date with destiny. So I like the idea. I like the first two picks, but what can ABM use to answer that? And if it's a Valentina, that means the primal form is on the other side as well. And Apex with the Ruby. Let's see if he pulls off some good shenanigans, or are we gonna see some flashbacks of MSC wildcard?
Man, just hold up, let ABM cook, and I will also hold up, let Team Eliminators cook this time, because as the first pick King phase, the last pick is gonna be the Lilia pick here, and as a mage, because you don't want to give your ultimates to Team ABM, so that's a quite a good pick coming from the Team Eliminators. But for now, we are up in the second phase, and what do you think, Scared, is gonna be the first ban here?
Hmm. I mean, Angela is something I would not have guessed, but I like the idea because since you banned the Angela out, now again, you know that the Ruby could also be flexed into the hands of Meteor or Apex yet again. So they're just panning out something that you can pair up with the Roger. And I think for the next one, could also be again, they both have picked up the mages. So maybe
I
Eliminators
think
could look to ban in another mage. Not a mage. I think
not.
so. Maybe a jungler.
I was about to say that also,
Magic is
but
my
never mind. They
life.
have
Your
gone for the
team is
Harith ban.
banning.
They no, I think they don't want to give Harith to either the team, and they don't want to pick either also. So that's why they are thinking for the Harith ban. But for now, let's see what's the team eliminated. Just one is gonna ban in this second phase, and uh, I'm thinking like why they banned Harith, by the way. Could you give me some insight, brother?
I mean, just probably because Harith can go toe to toe against Radium in the gold lane. If in case the Roger is put in the gold lane, Harith played in the gold lane can basically get go toe to toe. So that's why I think. But again, that would
Oh,
mean too much magic damage on the side of Eliminators because they already have the Edith, they have the Lilia. The only physical damage would be from Serrar on the Hayabusa in the jungle.
man, that's how was
Your
that was in
team
the
is
previous game,
banning.
but that could that didn't went well. But for now in this game, they have banned the Kufra. They are already Apex picked the Kufra, and the second phase last ban is gonna be from ABM. And what do you think Mio is gonna ban here?
Again, could be an EXP laner, maybe a Yuzhong, if in case they want to put Ruby in the EXP. Because
And
the only
exact.
thing that you can put in the EXP is a Yuzhong, or maybe they can try and choke down gold yet again, maybe ban out the Clint or a Claude, but
Ooh.
they
Your
take away the
team is
title. All
picking.
right, understandable.
Actually, they just limit out their own roaming potential for the team eliminators. And we'll have to wait and see what Crisis is gonna pick here, and maybe uh they can switch Edith in Rome also. So we will have to wait and let's see your team eliminators draft will be here as they are gonna be the first pick in the second phase, and they are lacking I think maybe a gold laner or maybe a Rome. So I think there might be a potential Rome pick coming in this in a fourth pick from eliminators, but we'll have to wait and watch.
Hmm. I think so. A good answer again. That's the whole question, right? Because the Edith could be put anywhere, but now since they're showing up carry,
Ooh,
I've been waiting for
um,
too long.
not quite sure how well it's gonna pan out because again, one thing that you can do is obviously you can deny the ultimate on the other side, but Jay has picked up Yin. All right,
oh,
now I'm pretty scared for both Serrar and
My
Crisis.
mission is to protect
and
Man,
lives.
your
Yoiki
team is
Tenkai.
picking.
It's gonna
Ryoyu
be
Tenkai.
it's gonna be up from the team. And I just noticed Hylos was open. Oh my god, I just noticed Hylos was open. My bad, guys. My bad. The Hylos will go towards the team ABM, and I think he's gonna swap with Apex to let Meteor do the Ruby thing in that EXP lane. And the last pick, I think they just put Team Eliminators in a very, very hard spot here because if you pick to counter Ruby and Hylos, you forget that there is a Yin also. But if you pick for Yin, and you will left out the other heroes, so you'll have to pick very, very carefully here.
That is true. Again, Mario on that high loss, he's gonna not have the priority in the XP lane at least, but he's going to brick wall that lane. Now that's a big thing. I like the idea of a Minotaur as well because
Minotaur
Yin wants
will
to go in,
finish
jump
off
and
what was
engage.
left
Radium wants to jump
undone.
in to engage. And that's a pretty solid answer because the knockup that's going to come in will potentially put you in that harm's way. While the auto attacks, again, if there was anything in the hands of Crisis apart from carry, I think so it would have been enough damage. But on for that carry, you need to have your ultimate online and up and going to burst down the other side. But again, I like the idea of Suzumi onto that Edith. As for the draft, I think so it's dead even on both of the sides. But the win condition for the side of Eliminators is a bit easy to do. But again, the individual skills, it's going to be something that we have to focus on. But ladies and gentlemen, I know we'll be jumping into the land of Dawn, but before that, Soul, quickly tell who do you think is getting the win in this one?
Man, as if you look, as you have mentioned, the micro plays, the macro plays, and the game thinking is gonna be
Well,
deciding this
guys,
game
no
number
more
three of the best of
legend.
seven series. But
5
I'm really
seconds till
rooting for
the
Team
enemy
Eliminators
reaches
in
the
this one.
battle
But we will have to
line.
wait as we are
Snatch
in the land
them.
of Dawn, guys. You guys are watching game number
No
three of the
choice to
best of
avoid.
seven series of the Battle Night Championship Season 1, and this is the finals and these are the top two teams of 120. 120 teams take part in this tournament, and these are the top two teams. I'm really hoping for a very very exciting games for this one.
Absolutely true. And as you mentioned, we're in the land of dawn. It's game 3. It could potentially put the eliminators in do and die situation if they do not win this one. So that's going to be pretty important. And again, Radium trying to prioritize his damage into that gold lane, already pushing back Crisis onto that carry. And you can clearly see even Mirio is perfectly zoning out Edith on the other side, so that the priority is always going in favor of ABM, and that's just the individual skills that's coming into play. But one thing that I like is, in fact, that Bed on the Lilia can get a good priority into that mid lane and should be able to rotate quickly, giving the river control to the side of the eliminators.
Man, yeah, exactly. And they are just going for that early EXP gang, but never mind. Jay is there to take someone in. Never mind. He will just. That's a very, very. That was a very close call coming from both sides.
I mean, yeah, it's absolutely fine as of now. Both of them are just trying to grab in and onto those jungle creeps. Only one gargoyle remaining on for the side of ABM, so that's something you've got to watch out for. And now again, since Suzumi is level 3, he'd be able to clear out that way without any major difficulties. Mario would have to be a bit more careful. Over on towards the top, Radium taking a bit more damage. Crisis still going in blow for blow. But Apex
Man,
wants to join in where Justman was already giving him the vision.
exactly, and I think this might be a very, very crucial for the turtle fight, as the turtle is up, and both the teams are just gonna go for the level 5 mark for the turtle, as Yin is taking the blue buff, and the Serra is taking for that going for the red buff. But I think the blue, never mind. Now Hayat literally takes 0 cost for that. So he will manage without the blue buff for a turtle, but we are not seeing any turtle fight coming from Team Eliminators.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're going to prioritize the turtle whatsoever. It's going to be going in for ABM. And even though, yes, I do understand now you can try and contest for those neutral objectives without the blue buff, but you would still really want to have it in your hands. Now, I like how constantly Crisis is dominating that gold lane, and Radium is the one who's technically on back foot. Now, that gives you room to try and work around on the other parts of the map, or at least pull in the pressure over towards that side. But even after that, with not just seeing any kind of engage coming in from either of these teams, and as for ABM, I would really want to see the my turn coming in from Jay, because that too specifically over towards top on Crisis, because that's the character he can technically take down and no one else.
And exactly, and I think it's Myton is a very good name for that. But I was just saying that domain expansion. But now Harris, sorry, not the Hayabusa is going for that a skirmish in the river side, but nobody holds here. They will just back off for now, regroup, and wait for the turn to engage again.
Absolutely true.
Meanwhile, in the golden.
I think so. They're gonna just exchange a few blows out there, not maybe a lot, but finally Asuna joins in as well. The Minion Fury comes into the play, and there comes in the Uji Shadow Kill with my turn, and he brought in just one. The big Minotaur, Sukuna will take him down, and finally we're gonna see him go in for that enhanced frenzy strike. But Radium in the meantime catches on all the other people. Crisis pretty low in that HP as Mirio jumped in for that rotation too. That is a phenomenal fight coming in for ABM.
Man, that was a very, very phenomenal fight coming from both sides. As that was a quick rotation from EXP also, but Hylos is just going two in, and he doesn't even have his ultimate for now. But never mind, he will just go. I'm just here to you see you guys hello, and then I will just go back.
True, and we've also got a change onto that caster desk. I'll let you know after this fight, because the Lycan Pounce on Justman was there, but not enough damage to take him down, but still enough to force him to recall. Now that means the priority already going in for the side of ABM, as there comes in the primal form. Suzumi does not overstep the boundaries, does not have the Inspire, is actually running in with the flickers. You've got to be careful every single time you cast out the primal wrath. Now, as I mentioned, there's a small person, there's a person joining in onto the desk, but wait, he shadow kill casted preemptively? That still means that the turtle priority is actually going to go in for the side of ABM as there comes in the Mitre. Now there's no way for Serra to try and jump in. The frenzy strike is absolutely perfect. And with that, you see a good retreat coming in, but just once been brought in by the I'm offended. Absolutely phenomenal, and that's a double coming in for Jay. This man is just enjoying himself, and ladies and gentlemen, finally, I'm gonna bring in the man who was waiting to join in us in this finals, none other than Sasuke.
Thank you guys for waiting up, and that was such a phenomenal fight. Just as you mentioned, and that will be Chai taking down that turtle within an instant.
Absolutely. And eventually, if we talk about it, the early priority already going in for ABM definitely means that this could very well be a situation where we might see that snowball come in, because you know that Jay, if he gets farmed up onto that yin, builds up a few more items, he's going to be demolishing everyone on the other side. Bid can technically survive because of the black shoes, but I don't think so if anyone else is going to survive, because there comes in the dash in from Asuna, but still will not be able to catch in. The flicker was forced out onto Justwan, but there comes in the frenzy strike. He's ready with that, making sure that Justwan is going to be taken down. Waits for him to jump out, but the re-engage on the other side as well. Suzumi with the primal form tries to jump in, dashes away, but everyone's going to be on towards the other side as well. Still goes in for that lightning damage and will be able to take down Mirio. Sarar will be caught in between three people, but there comes in Asuna. Apex surviving on such a low HP as Jay will be killing the creep to try and take that HP back, as everyone on the other side will run away, but Asuna wants to join into the action yet more time. Suzumi pretty low in that, and Jay will be dashing out, but the Raiken pounce is not committed from Radium, so he will be dashing out. The turret has been taken out. But wait a second, what am I seeing? Jay brings in Suzumi into the My Turn domain. The Ryoiki Senkai was there, but the constant CC is enough to force Bid to take Jay down.
That is absolutely true. Even the mighty Sukuna cannot handle that amount of CC. I'm talking about there is Apex doing some amount of CC, revealing the position of the Minotaur himself.
Indeed, but oh my god, Asura just being deleted out there, oversteps his boundaries, and the fishing lantern is being made by Bid. So now he's going to be dealing that extra bit of damage with those constant shadow energy bombs, so Mirio will not look as tanky as you would want him to be.
That's absolutely true, and this might be okay. We might see a possible gank, and that is Hayabusa taking down the turtle within an instant. Ryoki Tenkai Kane coming in, and that is Minotaur going down as Jay managed to secure kill. Meanwhile, in the contrary, we are seeing that Apex is down as Suzumi gets her hands over to that kill.
Asuna all the way over towards the backline as well, but there comes in the dash in constantly with the knock-up is perfect as Asuna gets deleted. And it's going to be a big win coming in for the Eliminators.
That is absolutely true. Eliminators eliminating their threat one by one. They are surely taking their time, but they are deleting the enemies though.
Now here's the thing, Sasuke, who do you think is currently having the priority? Again, in terms of goal lead, we can see it's the Eliminators, but in terms of the map control and the map presence, I still think it is ABM that are actually duking it out. They're just going in for random brawls and they're still coming out on top.
That's absolutely true, but again, we are saying Hayabusa using his ultimate. Okay, it might be some in trouble. Asuna just managed to barely survive. That comes ultimate coming in from Jin, and he'll be knocking down that Lilia.
And another frenzy strike being committed, but there comes in the divine form from the other side, and Suzumi will be punishing Apex out there, make it 2 as well as he flickers forward and will still survive. Radiant coming in for the Lycan pounce, but wait a second, the man has been knocked up, will be dashing out of the harm's way. The glorious pathway is there from Mirio, as well as the revitalize to try and heal back Radium up. That is important because Crisis is constantly preheating everyone else, has not been taken down even once. And that's a big thing. The only one who's basically found success in those engagements has been Jay with 7-1-0 record.
That is absolutely true, but look at that chair position. He is looking for more, and he might caught up Lilia, and there we go. He has used his ultimate, taking down Black Shoes being used. I don't think so. It's quite unusual. Okay, he did survive, but in the process he'll be going down. He is using his ultimate, but look at the damage. He did manage to get a double kill. Will he get the triple? But no, that is the backup coming in, and Hayabusa will be shutting down that Sukuna.
Here's the thing, right? Now, I know that Suzumi was there to try and save Bait, and he technically could have, but again, the onwards did not catch Jay there, and that was a big problem because with that, the enhanced punch was able to take down Bait, but wait a second. A lot of engagements coming in from the side of ABM, and let's be honest, Sasuke, they're not technically playing in for a big macro, right? They're just duking it out. They're just trying to bring in the brawl on the other side, and that's the strength of this composition as they again jump in for another engagement. The Manure Period is already used up. Period trying to frontline every single thing, and with that, Radium finally catches one of the prices all the way out here, trying to go in for those auto attacks. Asuna still has the black shoes. So will still be able to dash away, but the re-engage coming in on the other side, and there we go with the domain. You go in, and the enhanced frenzy strike outside of it. This Sukuna, once comes alive, will be able to take down even the strongest of those sorcerers. And you're not strong enough to stand in his path. Asuna out there will still have the dashes to try and survive. The Terrify is also there, so we will need to back off because Jay is there jumping in with the enhanced basic attack. Does not catch him. He does not have the domain expansion right now.
Oh, imagine if he had that domain expansion. Another kill, another one. Another victim for his domain expansion. Meanwhile, okay, that was a pretty good vision coming in. But again, this time domain expansion being used on the Minotaur. He is, and he'll be going down, forced to use his ultimate.
Absolutely, as the re-engage comes in, as the Meteor tries to jump out of the arms, they will be taken down with the Uzi shadow kill. But over towards the mid, everyone in between is where Radium stands. Will take one down, Apex knocked up, deleted as well. Crisis picks up that piece. And this is going to be another re-engage. Jay's position finally noted, should be caught. Onwards is there, the knockup is perfect, and my turn has been cancelled. But the cooldown would get reset. Suzumi out there in the domain should be taken down with the frenzy strike, and he does manage to get one, make it triple, maybe not. Wade is gonna run out using the black shoes, and it's Radium who wants to go for the re-engage like and bounce. Perfect! Catches Serrar. Half HP deleted, level 14. Werewolf is out here on a hunt.
That is absolutely true. And look at the damage coming in from Radiant. Hayabusa was, it was on 55% of HP, and all he did is just one Lycan pounce, which deleted that mighty Hayabusa. The Shadow Assassin again. Dominant expansion being used on Lilia this time. Black Shun Beast being popped up. But again, the damage coming in from Jai is just too much, and he'll be going down. Not this time, but oh my god, that is just 1% HP, but Raiden will be there securing that kill over to that Lilia.
Absolutely. Bait being taken down 3, 4, and 9. Not that comfortable right now on this Lilia, and he's running it with the flicker as well, right? No Purify. So yeah, it's understandable that he's got the black shoes to get the full HP, but if he's once caught, the amount of chain CC on the other side, it could potentially get you down. There's also constant instant blasts coming in by Jay, Mirio as well. With his stuns, you've got Apex, with the I'm offended, with Don't Run Wolf's King. You can't really run out of the harm's way if you're getting caught. So Purify, I think so, was necessary, and that's why Crisis, he's been caught a couple of times, but it's absolutely fine. Looking at the amount of brawling that's going around on the other side, 2 deaths is understandable. But how are they going to look to defend this Lord is a big question, because Crisis is cooking up. Oh my goodness, wait a second, Serrar. Just getting caught by everyone. Look at the surroundings coming in. Jay was on one shadow, Asuna was on the other one, and then there was Radium chasing down the third one, Jay. Trying to catch down this one out here. Pretty charged up. My goodness, the amount of stats on that Sky Piercer should be out of this world.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah, absolutely. He will take the inhibit down over towards the top side as well as Crisis picks up the Wind of Nature. But there comes in the Glorious Pathway along with the I'm Offended. A perfect stun coming in bid. Forced to use the Black Shoes. Will still be caught in between all of them. And Crisis trying to go in for the auto attacks. Use the Wind of Nature to dodge the Lycan Pass, but does not matter as Radium will still eventually get him. And the minions are barging in from mid as well as bot. The top will also come. You've got Serrar being brought into the domain, and oh my god, what a Winter Crown outplay chase. That is insane. With this, the game should be over now.
You might be right, and they are pretty engaged and engrossed in killing the enemies rather than ending it right away. But the minions are there, and they will be taking down that their base.
Victory!
Beautiful performance coming in, and the outplay was out of this world. I mean, if you talk about it, Jay, with the MVP, it's true, understandable. With the Sky Piercer, with the War Axe, Thunderbolt as well. For the additional true damage, you got Endless Battle. And then the Queen's Wings, the item's passive was not even utilized in this game just because how far ahead this entire team was. Every single person level 15 except of Apex, and that's understandable. He was the roamer. All those items being picked up, Asuna with the enchanted talisman, glowing wand, even the wishing lantern. That's enough supportive damage that you want to deal.
That's absolutely true. And look at the damage coming in from Jay alone, 36%, and that is over a 1 lakh damage.
Yeah, it's all that AoE that comes into the play as well. Yep, that's the AoE. I mean, come on, the region is mind blowing whenever it comes to that situation. And on the other side, Suzumi onto that Edith made the Calamity Reaper. Now I really feel like if you're running an Edith, running it with the Inspire is actually pretty good because with the amount of low HP, insane region outplays that you can do with those constant basic attacks that bounce off between the targets, once you use the skills, it's actually pretty nasty to deal with if you talk about it. And that's one of the main reasons why I always like with the Edith Inspire, right? Because as soon as you jump into the Primal Wrath form and you utilize the Divine Retribution as well as the Lightning Bolts, that's just the enemies being melted while your HP gets regenerated.
That is absolutely true, and we could barge about it. Like, if you are talking about it with a inspire, it is a double-edged sword. Like, you are too vulnerable in your lane. You don't have any escape skill except for your second skill, and which could be blocked easily. And if you're talking about the ultimate along with the inspire, I don't think so. That would be a viable option against a CC coming in from Ruby along with the Tobin expansion. God Mage Sukuna himself.
Indeed. But ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for this game. And thank you so much, Sasuke, for joining us as well. And we will be moving on to the game number 4. I know you all are very excited. I can already see a lot of excitement out there. And this could very well be ABM 4 owing the Eliminators. But in order to see if that happens or not, we'll have to wait. The patience is always going to be the key. So we'll catch you guys in a while. Stay tuned for game number 4. The Battle Knights Championship Mobile Legends 5v5 is at its peak and the domination still continues from ABM. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are watching the grand finals of Battle Knights Championship Mobile Legends 5v5 and this is going to be ABM up against the Eliminators. Game number 4, potentially the last one because ABM are already in the lead. They've got the amazing man back on the desk and it's me, Skated, and alongside me joining in the man who's amazing and he's back on the desk, Kronos.
Hey, yo, thank you again for the wonderful introduction, Scared Yet. We're put back for potentially the final game, Battle Knights Championship Season 1 for Mobile Legends 5v5. And like Scared Yet mentioned, it is at the peak right now. And folks, Eliminators on the blue side, ABM on the red, means ABM want a challenge. They don't, they don't want this clean 4-0 sweep, and Eliminators will be looking to make that comeback. They don't want to go down like a doormat, indeed. They want to go down fighting. They don't want to be stomped all over. So just waiting to see how it'll come about. And I think Eliminators, you know what, Scared? I can predict one thing already. I think they're gonna go with Alpha in the jungle.
Team is banning.
All right. Let's see if you're able to predict that correctly. Then a chocolate shake for you.
Hey, I don't want no I don't want no chocolate shake. I'll take the chocolate medal that you get in the rank games, but I'll be happy with that. But for now, I think the Ling being taken off the table, they must be looking to take off the Ruby as well if I was Eliminators. But at the same time, they take the Ruby, so I'm not sure. But the Roger being given over has always been a problem. So I think ABM will be looking to make the Roger Zask trade once again. Hylos, again, a problem in the Land of Dawn, should be taken off soon enough. But for now, only time will tell which way the side of Eliminators want to go.
Kind of like the idea of that Hylos as well, with, as you mentioned, being banned out. Because again, Jay has already shown in his pool, and that's actually pretty deep and vast. So there are only a few bans that you can do since the starting phase only has got 3 bans. But I still like the idea of Eliminators being on that blue side. Because with that, they can prioritize at least one. Right now, the Roger is open, the Hayabusa is open if they want to go in for it. But Sarar has not looked very comfortable on that Hayabusa. Plus, as you mentioned, if he would want to go in the jungle alpha, that still means you've got to ban out the Haya because you don't want Jay to have his hands onto that.
Yeah, I agree. And the way that things are going in about for this one, it just may matter of time till we see which way that either of these teams want to go with. And given the fact that right now ABM are already 4-0 up on the score, only a matter of time till they take it all.
True that. We'll have to see if in case that happens or not. That's the big thing. The last ban, Suzumi. They can try and ban out another jungler maybe, or they're not going to ban anything. All right, they're going to ban out the Hylos. We did talk about it. You mentioned how Hylos is annoying, has to be taken care of, has been removed. But what's going to be the ban from the side of ABM? Are they going to go in for their comfort ban? Yes, that's absolutely going to be the case. Zask banned out. Haya and Roger, both of them open. And even Angela is open, by the way.
So yeah, I think the fact that the Angela being left open can be a problem. So they don't want to give away the Roger this time. They pick it up for themselves. But at the same time, Ruby is a threat to be dealt with all the time. So taking up a Ruby in this roam position, possibly a flexible into the EXP, goes to show that they're here and ready to rumble in the Land of Dawn.
I would like the idea of the Ruby being picked up again, but Apex has already shown this Ruby. Oh my god, but the Julian comes into the play. Now those chains can lock you down in a position. The enhanced sight can deal a lot of damage, and if you want to catch him, then those enhanced swords gonna make him dash away while damaging you along the way. And the big boy Terizla is coming into play from Suzumi. A lovely approach from the Eliminators. I like it. And if they also pick up this Leo mod, now that's going to be some important questions that I'll be asking, because that means the Roger should go in the hands of Crisis. But if they pick up the Angela, then I'm all down for this early game draft from their side.
Yeah, seems like this early game draft is what they want to go for sure. but they have the Julian in the mid flexible. I like the Valentina, but against the Julian, not the greatest hero, but the Terizla definitely gonna jump in and create havoc indeed. But for this time, I think they want to go all guns blazing ABM. They want to rack up the damage because I feel like this is gonna be a mid lane Julian. Yes, it's possibly flexible into the jungle as well, sometimes EXP, but we have seen a lot of mid lane Julians pop up, so only a matter of time till we see how we're gonna go this way. But no, don't tell me, don't do it, don't put Cho in the goal lane, don't do it, Radium, don't do it. We know you can play, just don't do it.
He's just showing off probably.
No way.
I'm Yin.
Yeah.
Oh, but they go for the yin again.
All right. So the Sukuna is going to be back into the action. And is there any Gojo on the other side to answer back? Is my big question. Because Bed has already picked up the Valentina. And what are their answers going to look like to this Yin? Because in the previous one, the only person who was having amazing success was Jay. It literally seemed like a scene of the Shibuya arc.
I mean, I get the references from Jujutsu Kaisen, but trust me, it's overrated, just like how overrated the Yin pick is in the jungle. But for those of you who don't know, we saw a nasty one indeed earlier. What if scared yet? What if ABM go Xavier in the goal lane?
So
And then they go, I don't know where it could. Julian Rome, Xavier in the mid lane, Ruby in the EXP, and they can go Melissa in the goal lane.
you draft something like this, and that's the reason why the team gets Choco. But all right, we'll have to check if that is going to be the case, because again, for the gold lane, I think so there are still a lot more options remaining. There's also Claude if you want to run a bit more safe and have a late game insurance. You can also try to go for the Lunox into that gold lane, and that Ruby DD combination is going to come into clutch. But I like the bans coming in. The Kufra has been respected, so you could already see the amount of pressure Apex possesses, even though he could go on this Ruby. They still ban out the Kufra, and there's also Carmilla up on board, which they can pick up.
Only time will tell which way it's gonna go about, and the Tigreal being banned off, the Kufra being taken off the table means they are definitely aware of Apex in this game. So definitely want to see which route they'll be going for. And if I was them, even Minotaur is available, but not the greatest roamer. It does counter engage the penalty zone coming from the Terizla, but at the same time they have the Ruby. So had it being taken off means the gold lane is the one that they look to target down.
I like the idea of the Harith being banned out there, but I still feel ABM could have picked it up for themselves and would have done pretty decently, specifically against the Roger, if in case they would decide Crisis to pick up the Roger. But also at the same time, let's just be honest. Right now, what we are seeing is just a clear-cut domination coming in from the side of ABM. Yes, eliminators have shown the answer in some situations, but when it comes to all in all macro and micro, Jay has been outclassing Sirar in the jungle, and the jungler possess a lot of momentum in those micro plays.
Yeah, and now the way that this is gonna go about, only a matter of time till we figure it out. But don't tell me, don't do it. Radium has been
He
teasing us for the longest times. He showed the Cho first and then the Aldous in the gold lane, my guy. I'm not sure how it's gonna
Nah,
go,
he
but
won't.
the Ruby again, scared yet, can be flexed into the gold lane. Let's not forget the Ruby can be flexed into the gold lane. So just a matter of time to see which way it's gonna go. They can go for I think it's gonna be an EXP lane that's picked up right now. Maybe the Arlot's already banned. The Khalid is still available. The Cho is still good in the EXP lane. We've been seeing it pop up. The Yuzhong, yeah, the Yuzhong is there, but you don't want to give that to the Valentina. So I think the Hylos, but the Hylos is banned out as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
CC.
The CC's banned out as well. Paquito is available.
Like the idea, love the idea. Because whenever there's a Valentino on the other side, you're always going for the Paquito. Oh my goodness. A pick of Carmilla. Specifically when there's a Julian on the other side, there's a Yen, there's a Paquito, and Apex on that Ruby. I don't really know if just one would be able to get a lot of value out of the Curse of Blood. But if in case ABM decide to stay together, that's going to be their last mistake. And I don't think so Crisis is going to pick the Mia. I mean, picking up a Mia in this situation is basically you just inviting everyone on the other side to try and farm onto you.
Yeah,
Don't
I
think about it.
agree. I agree. The Mia's not the greatest pick over here, but they go no the X-Borg in the jungle. Okay, yes, but against the Paquito, I mean, you know, they got my prediction wrong. I was thinking the Alpha is gonna come out, but okay, my prediction's wrong. Scared it. I don't know what to say. But oh my god, they're gonna go with the gold lane Changa, that marksman build that's been annoying people in the Land of Dawn. But I knew it. They're gonna put the Savior in the gold lane. This guy's been teasing us for the longest time, but they go for the Lunox instead. So they
You
have
can
the burst
make
potential.
you can make all the predictions you want to, but the one that's coming right now is mine.
Hey. You didn't mention no Lunox, nothing. All you
Oh my
mentioned was
god,
ABM
listen.
is gonna win, and I think I can predict that too.
Listen. I mentioned that they can also put the Lunox in the gold lane. That could work. The Ruby DD combination can be pulled off. I still remember that exact same line. You might as well want to just drop it on the stream and recheck that segment. But wait a second. Before we move forward, Kronos, make a very quick guess. Who you've got winning for this one?
I mean, you gotta give it to ABM, even though the fact that the side of Eliminators draft look really well, ABM's still gonna come out on top because they have Miri on his classic Paquito. We have Apex on his classic Ruby. But in a matter of time, we will find out because, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends of all ages, we're getting into the final potential game of Battle Knights Championship Season 1 for Mobile Legends 5v5 in India. And right now in this best of 7 series, ABM up 3-0. Will this be the final, the curtain call that we're all looking for? Or will the side of Eliminators go down fighting when take one game away from ABM? Only time will tell. I am Kronos. Alongside me is Scared Yet. Scared Yet, take it away.
Oh my god. I mean, for now, my breath has been taken away by the fact that it's a gold lane Xbox and a jungle Roger in the hands of Serrat. I wanted to say about it, but I just noticed it. So again, waited you for that. But wait a second. Seems like an early engagement coming in, but just one. He's out there tanking a lot, and Asuna seems to be in trouble. Does not have a dash, uses the flicker, still catches the wall. There's a flicker on the other side. This one wants to get that pick and will finally find the first blood as Apex joins into the action as well, but should eventually be taken down by that burst. Is absolutely there, and the support coming in from Serar is finally the team joins in, pushes back the members of ABM and try to take that early control.
Looking to take that control indeed, but look at that, they got the invade, and I think this is where Roger starts shining. Once he gets started in the early game, he's gonna hit hard in towards the mid phase of the game. And the fact that Jaswan here went in quite aggressively with this Carmilla, realizing that this is the opportunity that they need, while the goal lane Crisis is having a hard time with against Radium, he's not gonna lose. But look at the top side, Scared Yet.
Seems to be difficult as Mirio will be taken down yet again. Those early rotations are phenomenal. And look at the understanding of Crisis. Now again, he just moves backwards, knowing that there might be a potential gank onto him. And I like the idea though from Radium as he's trying to freeze in the wave, but I don't think so that's going to help his team out a lot because the turtle is already up for grabs, and that's what Eliminators are doing. Jaswan providing so much information, so much intel, as Suzumi also is ready with the penalty zone.
Yeah, they're ready indeed, but at the moment, look at Apex. He wants to get a little bit more done. He does not have the I'm Offended, and that's why you can see Jaswan going in so aggressive. He has the Curse of Blood, uses it, Scared Yet.
A bit too aggressive, but there we go. Finally, Jay trying to catch one person as Radium was able to get one along with Crisis trying to answer back with Asuna. But Jay still trying to survive out here, will be caught between 4 people, and the revenge strike is perfect to catch him down. And Crisis is the one who finally gets that pick, but so very long for Suzumi to stay down in bot that top is now being taken down.
Yeah, and the way that it is gonna go about, I think Muriel is not to be messed with because he's a damaged Paquito. By no means he's a building tank, so he's definitely getting that gold sheet is worth it for him. But at the same time, Crisis on the other side, getting caught a little bit. Apex goes in, Scared Yet. He has the I'm Offended.
It does have the I'm Offended, can definitely try and catch him, but who's gonna deal the damage is a big question. Radium, yes, he's there, finally switches down. Again, The dark form needs to be there every single time. If in case right now at level 5 he wants to engage, the Ruby DD will not deal enough damage. Jay picks up the Sky Piercer. Now the important thing about this is that Kronos, if in case Jay uses the my turn onto bid, we'll talk about that in a while because Apex seems to be getting ready, trying to cook up something big. Is ready, will pull one, but not that big enough as he'll be taken down. Sirar gets the first one, and that's going to be the Lycan bounce onto Asuna. The double coming in for the man already as Bid takes down the third. ABM tries to join in, finally brings down Bid, and my turn will be able to catch him with a frenzy strike. Oh my god, I was about to say friendly strike.
Hey, the friendly fire is what they don't want to see in this one, especially given the fact that Bid does have the Valentina. He was able to take away that my turn now from Jay earlier, which was quite an interaction indeed that we love to see. But at the same time, right now, we want to see a little bit more come out from Jaswan, and he's doing rightly so.
Absolutely, as there comes in another dash in. Jaswan will be able to flicker out of the harms whereas Crisis wants to join into the action, trying to force out the brilliance on Radium, which he does not do so. But there comes in the dash to pull onto the other side as finally the Wolfstorm comes into the play with a big penalty zone out the back as Apex runs away, but Asuna cannot. And with that, that's another pick. Quick rotations over from top by Suzumi. But again, Kronos, I'm telling you, Mirio has been free farming that tower.
Yeah, and they're not dealing with him, and I think he's gonna come back and bite them quite hard on the backside in the late game because he has the flicker. He is a Paquito. Paquito's not a fighter, folks. He's played like an assassin, and speaking of assassin, Jaswan just gets assassinated right there.
Absolutely. Try to overstep their boundaries out there, but I like the idea, right? The top lane gold tower that was taken away was traded down towards the mid itself. So even though Mirio is apparently farmed up a bit, you still know that it's not that very enough. There's still a good amount of almost 1.9k gold lead currently in favor of eliminators, but bid just stay back, my man. That mid bush is not your cup of tea.
Yeah, he's having a hard time. He does not want to be there. And guess what?
There comes in another play with a knockup out there, but the brilliance was already taken by Bid, so he survives. And Jaswan out there is also going to survive out. And Crisis, they don't really want to face Jay out here, but as long as he's got this Firaga armor, he's gonna try and poke him down. But a lot of people just behind him does not understand it. Will finally be knocked up. Firaga armor goes away, tries to flicker out of the arm's way, but the instant blast is there. Frenzy strike, enough to take him down, and that's 240 gold out there already. But the mid tier one has been taken as Jasman over towards the backline, catches Asuna with the curse of blood, but only one is not giving him that much value, so everyone's gonna be disengaging.
Yeah, it was a good play coming in from the side of Crisis, but that overextension brought about just one there right on time, but not catching the Curse of Blood on point. But look at ABM dominating the river. Just one doesn't realize he has 5 on his trail.
Trying to run away with the penalty zone coming in onto a couple of people. And that's about it. Suzumi will also move backwards. They don't really want to go in for the engage onto him. And as soon as I say the I'm offended is there with a knock-up coming in from the enhanced chain. And the burst down onto this big, bulky Terizla. No one out here to save your life from this jail of Mornian Empire.
You know what, Scared Yet? I think I think Apex got offended after you told that they're not gonna catch Suzumi once he used the flicker penalty zone. That's why he used the I'm offended.
Probably. I mean, it was a good decision from ABM because there was no one around on the other side too. And with that, they get a big priority. Now this one's going to be taken down. Yet another burst, and it's Mirio who picks up that kill and also the Hunter strike. So now you know that every single time Apex engages, Asuna goes in for the chain to lock them down. And this is how they knock them up. Suzumi gets deleted as well. I was explaining the combo. It did that.
Hey, that's Miri at its finest with that gameplay coming in from this Paquito who was ignoring. But look at that, I'm offended. Oh, right on time with the pause as well, Scared Yet.
I mean, this is something that we never really like, but a pause being hit at the perfect possible time. But a big I'm offended play coming in yet again from Apex. I want to see what a cooldown on his ultimate is. If I'm not wrong, he's probably casted it 3 times already.
17 seconds, I think.
That's actually pretty less. And imagine if it builds up a fleeting time. Imagine.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, no way, Scary. You bring thoughts into my head. Like, guys, don't listen to him. This is why you don't listen to Scary while he's casting. You get chocos, guys. Don't do that. Don't build the fleeting time on the Ruby. You can build War Axe. You can build the tanky items. Don't build that fleeting time. That is just nuts because you already have a low cooldown on the I'm offended. And guess what? Every time you say I'm offended, Apex gets offended and uses the I'm offended. So quite a lot going on. And right now, I think the fact that he did use the I'm offended right on point, along with the enhanced chain knocker coming in from Asuna, it was just too much for them to deal with. And they got the kill on towards, I think they should be eventually getting the kill here. A double, in fact, on towards Bid and Serrar. So without the frontline presence, looks like the side of Eliminators are crumbling. And given the fact that they were ahead rather, goes to show how well ABM are as a unit.
Which is the exact point I now wanted to mention, that even though the early game was lost by ABM, they clearly understood that their power spike is going to come into that mid game, and them picking people off one after the other is what gave them the strength. And even though Suzumi was providing some good rotations and amazing setups early on, you know that on the other side, you've also got Mirio, who once start to rotate, will try to provide that good amount of crowd control with those constant knockout punches and knockout strikes, and that's what's been happening constantly. So I want to see how things will eventually turn out, but with the way how ABM is playing, I think so it's getting even more difficult because the late game snowball is also very solid with the Lunox in the hands of ABM, specifically Radium. He plays pretty solid Lunox, and that Ruby DD is going to deal a lot of damage over towards the backline.
Yeah, and I think the fact that it's been going on about in a okay way for the side of Eliminators. They were dominating early, they dominated mid, they waited for too long. ABM bought enough time, and Jay was able to farm up, especially Radium as well. And Miria was just constantly free farming on the top side. Just goes to show that they were planning in for the mid phase of the game. They knew they were behind already. They had a game plan. They translated that into motion, and right now you're seeing fruits of that being reaped absolutely by this hook jab combination coming in from Mirio all the time, just able to delete them instantly and burst them down. And now Bid on this Valentina can't really do much, especially given the fact that they don't have the frontline presence of Crisis. Yes, you do need that, but again, Jaswan has not been able to hit that curse of blood off late, especially the past few times. So they will be relying quite a lot on that, but I don't think ABM are just going to be sitting together just to let that curse of blood flow on towards them. So it's just Jay's been looking for the perfect pickoffs, and I think previous game, oh my god, that Yin was absolutely nasty. I don't gotta tell anything more about it, but definitely deja vu for the side of Eliminators.
That was a 20 finger Sukuna you're talking about in the previous game. But here's the thing. I wanted to touch back onto the point which you mentioned, that ABM are not going to stick together. As long as they were trying to kite around, that is what Eliminators wanted. And they were getting a big win out of that because they were picking apart people one after the other. With the constant terrifies coming in from the Arcane Strike, from a bid. Plus, also you had the bloodbath in the hands of just one. You could basically pin down one of the players, pick them off with a lichen pounce, and then try to move in forward. And that's the reason why Asuna was getting caught time after time. But now all of the team is actually sticking together. So I think so. It's time to activate the second phase for the strength of the draw that Eliminators are bringing, and that is the Curse of Blood. Because earlier it was not that well activated since ABM are kiting, but now they have to stick in together to pull off their own constant chain CC combinations. Because if they don't, they won't be able to deal enough damage out there, and that's where I think so. Still, the strength in the draft lies for the Eliminators. We talked about it in the drafting phase itself.
Yeah, true,
That
true.
Eliminators are the ones who actually have the upper hand in the draft.
I agree, and rightly so, because if they're able to pull off the ultimates, if they're able to layer them one after the other, if they're able to layer these skills one after the other, they definitely have the advantage. But look at the side of ABM. They don't really want a team fight, do they? Asuna is a pick-off hero with the Julian. Jay on this Yin is a pick-off hero. Mirio on this Paquito, again, another pick-off hero. Radium on the Lunox. Yes, you have the Ruby DD combo that you can go in with, but ideally you're still doing single target damage with that Chaos Assault and not the Brilliance. So definitely looking to single out people, and the only one that can actually provide a set is Apex on this Ruby, but they're not really looking to engage forward with it. They're waiting for them to dive on towards them, then use the Don't Run Wolves King along with the I'm Offended. So the play is there for the side of ABM as well. So Eliminators want to take those team fights, but at the same time, the ABM are more powerful on the re-engage, so it's just a matter of time who's able to kite the skills perfectly. If ABM can kite the skills as they have thus far, then I think Eliminators definitely gonna have a harder time. But if Eliminators can burst them down in all one go, especially with Sarar on this Roger who's running 402, yes, I think he's about to burst and about to fall right now. But if he's able to survive and he's able to clean up shop with the Lycan Pounce whenever Jaswan and Crisis come for the rescue, I think then it's a possible victory. But at the same time, they need to find Jaswan to give those a big curse of blood sets along with the penalty zone coming in from Suzumi. So for sure, that will be the difference maker. But you know what else is the difference maker, Scared Yet? For those of you who have not downloaded Mobile Legends 5v5, make sure to download it on the Play Store. It is available, folks, and you can actually get yourself a collector skin for free that was advertised in the welfare match as well, which went on for quite a long time. It was exciting, and there are going to be a lot more events coming to you, brought to you by Vista and Battle Knights themselves. So definitely make sure to stay tuned and download Mobile Legends 5v5 on the Play Store to make sure you don't miss out on any of the in-game rewards, especially that collector skin. Scared It, I know you're looking at your phone. I know you want to get the collector skin, but bro, calm down.
I mean, the only collector skin that I really liked was Hanabi's collector skin. I have that, but of course, who wants to miss out on that free collector of Natalia? So, absolutely, I was looking at that itself. I was claiming my all tasks too while everything was happening. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give you the time to do that as well. Make sure you download it, do your daily task, and in the meantime, we're gonna fix the issue that we're encountering, and we will be back after this very short break. Don't go anywhere. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
What's up?
I guess I should have said that early on, right? I guess I should have said that way too early on because we begin into the game and Radium is the one who's apparently getting that pick. What a Apex getting a big value out of his own. I'm offended because he catches two.
Yeah, I told you, Scared. Yeah, whatever you predict doesn't happen true. You ask for a break, you don't get it. Why? Guess what? You're not allowed to take a break because at this point, ABM want to end the game in one fell swoop and there's 4-0. Oh, never mind. Suzumi, he gets caught.
Oh, but there's a still penalty zone available. Does not go in for it. The Curse of Blood was used. The damage can be spread between Medio as well as Apex, who is going to jump out, jumping away. And Bait has stolen away the brilliance. So he's gonna try, and he can also play in as a bait now on this Valentina and can just brilliance out of the harm's way. Jay has not connected back though, so the issue is still there. The problem is still there for the side of ABM, and that's why they're just constantly pushing up their advantage.
Yeah, they're looking to go and get that flow of the game on towards their hands. They're not behind by much. It's only 2,000, yes, but when it's spread out among all the five, it's not a lot for them to deal with because look at the levels. By no means is Sarar behind. He's actually ahead of Jay. He's level 13. He's looking to dish out the damage. Yes, he fell down once, but if they get the right timing, like we mentioned earlier, Scared Yet, during that pause, if they're able to layer the skills, I think it'll be too much for them to deal with. And Mirio here
could be caught, and as you mentioned about it, the bloodbath was there, but he still jabs out. The knock-up comes in from the enhanced chains. The link-up was also there, but no one to capitalize on the back of all those sets as Jay out there down in the bottom. Now let's see if he's actually Jay or maybe he's... Yeah, he's probably Jay. He is probably Jay out there, even sitting inside the bush as well, playing it with his team. The man is back in action. So the pressure is constantly going to be on. The Swan out here. He can potentially be caught. I really want to have a look at the itemization right now because Bit catches one, but there comes the knock up with the arm of Offended onto two. Penalty zone is there. Does not matter. The flicker forced out. Execution strike. Another instant burst coming in. And with that, you catch another man, Sarar, out there who wants to jump into the Lycan Pounce. Catches one. Also now gets deleted. But there we go. No, Ruby DD onto Radium. that is a big problem because with that, Sirar gets 2. But Jays was down there in the back lines. The Curse of Blood was used to try and dodge them. But there we go. Another knockup coming in. Apex will finally be taken down. But the jump is there from Mirio. Gets a killing spree. And oh my god, the ultimate from Crisis. It catches him with the flicker as well. But there's another Lycan Pound catch Jay. But he gets Crisis into his own domain. The expansion was perfect and he wants to catch Sirar as well. Uses the frenzy strike and Jay was waiting for exactly that. But the instant burst is there. Chance, but not enough damage as Sirar gets a killing spree for his own and will finally put the nail in the coffin of ABM.
Yeah, and you know, they were trying to bite off more than they could chew. To be honest, ABM, they tried to go for a little bit more. They tried to get cheeky. They wanted to end in one fell swoop, but guess what? Eliminators didn't want to go down without fighting. And look at that goal lead we were talking about earlier, Scared. It was 2,000 something, but now just barely 200.
That's just because ABM are constantly duking it out. And it's not even 200 now. It's like almost even, about just a million apart. Endless battle being picked up by Sirar right now. Another I'm offended connected. Everyone wants to join it with the knockup comes in, but Radium will disengage. Move back with the Brilliance. No more Brilliance available for this Lord Dance though. So that's important, Kronos, because the cooldown is not as small as we think. But Mirio is constantly applying the pressure on the top.
Yeah, it is not as much as we think it is, but they definitely have the Chaos Assault to burst down the Lord, and that's what they're trying to do right now. Just One realizes that, trying to go in. He wants to get that conceal. Scared yet? That's been popped already.
Oh, the steal is absolutely perfect from Sirar, and the Brilliance comes in yet again as the enhanced sword is there to try and deal some damage, but the lasting insanity is absolutely perfect with the Lycan Pound. The chase is there. They want to jump in and look at the burst. This is mind-blowing.
Is this over? Can this be the end? I don't think so, but the Lord is still on their side. Lord definitely marching down the mid lane right now. And without the Luminous Lord, I don't know if they'll be able to take any sort of inhibitors. Mirio here trying to defend for his life, but look at that Lycan Pounce. He goes and he wants to get a little bit more scared, but they're not able to do so. But will they be able to end with the Lord?
It seems to be a big question right now because all the people will be spawning back and just one is not here. Crisis already down to half his HP, so the disengage is going to be the call. Beautiful call. They will go in for the towers as well, and the goal lead we were talking about was of 2,000 is now increased to 4,000. The waves is perfect, but there we go. The penalty zone comes into the play as well as Apex seems to be the target. Will flicker out. Cannot go for the engage. Cannot save the tier 2.
Yeah, and I think it's all the power of the Roger, right? There's a reason this hero has been first picked so much in every tournament in and around the world, especially here in Mobile Legends 5v5 in the BattleKnights Championship Season 1 in India. It has been quite a lot of picks of Roger, and people don't want to let it go for a reason, especially Sirar here. If he's been so well on the Roger, why are they prioritizing the Zask? Oh, but look at that Suzumi trying to cast him off guard with the penalty zone. Realizes nobody's there and they just want to back off. At the same time, Jay scared yet. He's been running for his life.
Yeah, he'd be able to do so maybe because again, the conceals timer has ran out and they don't know where Jay actually is. So they're going to go off with that chase. Seems like a need for speed going out here. The man just dodging all the police cars on the other side. But Mirio on towards the top. Probably trying to catch Bit and like the idea, Bit could have taken any ultimate but picks up the one which is going to confirm his survival.
Oh my god, this is quiet. This is the calm before the storm, folks. We want to see that I'm offended come out from Apex, but it's not worked out so far. They're waiting. Look at that. Nobody right now visible on the map. And Jay
will be caught out there in the open, brings in one. Should be taken down by Bid himself, and yes, he will be able to do so. He had the Brilliance as well, so that was enough, but knockup comes in onto the 4 people. Flicker lasting insanity along with the penalty zone, captures Apex out there, will be taken down. Curse of Blood not catching anyone because the Brilliance was popped by Radium, uses the flicker to jump out, will be able to get some HP back, dodges in, jumps in for the Darkening, tries to go for the Chaos Assault, but is going to be deleted. The Execution Strike is there to execute the man.
Yeah, especially the Terizla, right? Perfectly used and swinging that hammer big and hard down on towards Radium. Lunox, what can they do? But Mirio here trying to defend. Enhanced Sword as well, Scared. Will they be able to defend? No, they don't.
The perfect play And that is the game, as you said, Chrono. Sorry for stealing the last moment away from you, just like how I steal your savages. But what a way to
Victory!
end the game, and what a way to survive in the series eliminator, saying that we still have got it in us.
They definitely got it in themselves, just like how you stole my savages all the time, scared. Yet they stole a game right under the noses of ABM, looking for that reverse sweep that is on the card. So definitely ABM, they are the top dogs, but currently 3-1 on the score in this best of 7 series. So only time will tell, will that reverse sweep be possible or not? Because we're starting to get in to the groove, our eliminators, and I'm not sure if ABM really had the greatest idea in the draft. Yes, I like I wasn't a big fan of the Lunox, to be honest. That's why I said the Lunox is great, but they could go for something a little more AoE. And without that AoE damage that they had, Just just had a field day on this Carmilla, and especially Serrar on the Roger. What a way to get this game going. And the way that they dished out the damage, just perfectly layering it one on top of the other, just brought them the victory with the better draft indeed. And for game number 5, Scared Yet, you think is a reverse sweep possible, or was that just, unlucky by ABM? They just shrug it off, and then next thing you know, they steamroll themselves into the next game.
There's this one team that I always talk about, and a different game though, that just don't win a game without throwing one of them. So I think so that was probably what you could also say was from the side of ABM. But again, Asuna not feeling comfortable onto the Julian at all, was going in for the knockups, but yeah, as you mentioned, could not really close it all out perfectly. Could not even complete the Holy Crystal. So I think so they're gonna go in for a bit more comfort pick for Asuna and then revolve their entire draft around with it. But yeah, I think so. If you're asking me the direct question, if we are going to see a reverse sweep or not, I don't think so. We're going to see one, but it might be possible that we will see this series go on for maybe game 6 or game 7. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know the answer to that question as well, make sure you stay tuned as we will be right back after this short break.
Toodles.
Well, 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 if you've got your energy drinks, then pull it all up and drink it all down because this night is about to get even longer, ladies and gentlemen. You all are watching the
Still
Battle
waters
Knights
run deep.
MLBB
team
and
is
MOBA
banning.
Legends 5v5 Championship, and you do not want to miss out on the action that's happening in front of
I
us.
see lots
ABM
of
out
prey.
on the blue
Your
side,
team is banning.
Eliminators out on the red side who have avoided their elimination the previous one. And the scoreline is 3-1. But let's see who gets this one game because it's your boy Kronos and Scared Yet with the name.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, you heard it right, ladies and gentlemen. For Mobile Legends 5v5, the Battle Knights Championship Season 1, brought to you by Battle Knights and Vista, is right now going in for the 5th game in this best of 7
said
series.
there are no
ABM was
shortcuts
not
in
able
my
to
team?
close it out with a
The
clean
invented
sweep,
one.
but at the same time, Eliminators don't want to go down without a fight or possible looking to come back for the reverse sweep. So let's wait and find out who is going to take this game. Will it be the final one or will it be back to 2 games for the side of Eliminators? So they ban out the Ling, they ban out the Terizla, the Roger being taken off the table alongside the Chip as well. So they're looking to leave things open. The Roger, finally, Eliminators realizing there was a powerful pick, take it away. But the Zask being left open means Asuna wants to pick it up for himself.
Highly possible they might want to leave it open, but you may never know, right? I don't think so. The Zost's gonna give them a lot of trouble out there. Maybe the Hayabusa will. There's also higher lows up for grabs. But they, all right, ABM ban out the Zost. It's a good idea. They don't want to pick it up. They don't want Bit to pick that comfort hero up as well. Even though they won the first game, now that kind of brings you to question as to how solid Bit was, and if in case we would have seen something similar from the side of Eliminators, maybe they could have won the game one as well. But
Butterflies
last man comes
born
out to
by
be
thy
Zushin, no
wish.
changes
Your
there. The
team is
Hayabusa
by
open.
lantern's
Ruby is
light.
also open. There's quite a lot of heroes that are open right
Yeah, and quite a lot left open indeed, but at the same time, quite a few. Given the current meta, the way that things have been going about, if you want to see how it is possible, right? What is that's available? What it is that's available? The Hylos is still up for grabs. They have the Julian that's currently available. They have the Edith as well. The Valentina is a good route that they could go down with. But I think over here they'll be looking to prioritize the R lot, which has been left open. So Mirio, Arlot, Lockdown, first pick. I don't know. Scared yet? What do you think?
Could be possible, but I mean, if they pick up the first pick Kufra, I know that it's going to be hard countered on the other side.
The hunt begins.
But alright, it's going to be the
Your
Ruby coming
team
into the
is
play as well.
picking.
Could go anywhere since Radium has picked it up, maybe into the gold lane. If in case Apex swaps it up again into the roam, and he was giving pretty good sets even in the previous game. But what can you pick to counter this Ruby is a big, big question. Now, what are the mages that are left on board? Maybe a Valentina for bid to steal it away. In the previous game, he actually did a pretty good job, but he constantly picked up the brilliance.
Yeah, and I think yeah, Radia, the Ruby, just too powerful to let go of Scared. I'll be honest. Let's look at the facts. Currently, I think Ruby is the most flexible hero in the game. You can flex it in the
Magic is
roam,
my
you can flex it
life.
EXP, and even the gold lane. And the
I
fact
am
that
the
you can put
priestess
Ruby in
of
the gold
primal
lane
lightning,
means
is the
actually Ruby
hunter
does
of
not
all the
lose out on the
evil
gold lane. For a
gods.
fighter to be good put in the gold lane, for a bruiser to be put in the gold lane against a ranged hero, Ruby doesn't do bad at all. And given the fact that you have the disengage potential as well, so means it layers up one on top of the other, and it's a very defensive hero that can play offensively. So, I mean, in the current meta filled with assassins and a lot of mobility, Ruby is the best hero to have, and that's why they go for the first pick in this one. But Suzumi here goes for the Edith, and they go for the Harriet. So definitely Eliminators are going for the traditional route in terms of the ban and picks. But at the same time, ABM are just known for their macro and micro style that they've been playing for such a long time together. And there's still the Arlot that's left open, but they go for the Xborg. And oh wow, never thought I'd see it, but never mind. I thought I'd see Asuna and the Valentina for once and after a long time, but not happening right now.
Kufra again being shown from both of these sides. I think so with the early phase of draft, ABM actually have a good one because I don't really see anyone on the other side who can try and close the distance against how Asano is going to play on the Novaria with constant use of the Astral Echo along with the Astral Sphere and the Recall. It's something you've got to focus down on. And again, if they lock in the Kufra right now, I think that that's not going to be a good pick because Radium with Ruby can constantly block in your Tyrant's rage. Even though if you get that knock-up with the Revenge, Ruby with those constant don't run Wolf King can stop you out there. But I like the Hayabusa pick as the third one. I was asking the question who's going to close in the gap? Hayabusa can.
Yeah, for sure. They do have Hayabusa to close in the gap that is important, especially on towards this Novaria. Otherwise, this Novaria is going to start free hitting. It's kind of forcing out the Hayabusa as well. So now they'll be looking at to shut down the other assassins that are available. So yeah, they had a bad time against Jay Z, and so they don't want to deal with it again. Banning it out in the grand finals in the best of 7. Never thought I'd see that scared yet.
That's the big thing. I never would see this hero being banned out unless I'm actually in the epic rank trying to rank up. That's the only time I see a yin ban. But again, this is what respect demands of you, right? Even though Jay, his yin is something that actually has a pretty solid win rate in this season, and he's showing it. Why too? Because that's actually a pretty solid pick if you talk about it for the ones who know how to utilize it really well. Yes, can be countered very easily, not questioning that, but at the same time still demands a bit of respect, and that's what is being shown. But so is the Valentina from Bid, because there's a lot of ultimates that can be copied and that can provide you a lot of value. So banning out the Valentina, I think, is a very good choice.
Yeah, balancing out the Valentina definitely to make sure that they don't give that flexibility on towards the side of eliminators, because I think ABM are looking to shut it down once and for all in this game number 5, best of 7 series. They don't want to let go of it anymore. They're hungry. They want to have their dinners. They're thirsty. They want to drink their waters. But at the same time, like scared yet, they probably don't want to get the choco that they do all the time. And they're looking to get a little bit more going for themselves. I like the Edith. I like the Hadit. I like the bans that are there on the table. So especially given the fact that they're banning out the Lilia means that they want to go for something a little more tanky on the side of ABM. I don't be surprised if see a Baksha coming in all of a sudden, or even possibly an Alpha. But right now, if I was out of the eliminators, I'll be looking at the lockdown, maybe an Arlot in the roam position, just because it does so well over here against the Ruby. But they go for the Carmilla once again. Again, I don't think it's more of picking it. I think it's more of denying what Apex can play.
That's what I also think. So you're just trying to deny as many picks onto the other side as possible, but there's still a Ruby that you can try and flex in. There's still a Kufra that's available for him to go in. But again, since Mirio has picked up the Xbox, picking up the Sun would give away
No way. Don't
the
do
entire
this, Jay.
ladder, man. He's not gonna
Don't
go
do
for
this,
the
Jay. I
he's
mean,
not gonna
it's
go for the
good.
monkey jungle, right?
It's good for us. We get something else to cast about Scared. When was the last time you actually casted a Sun game?
And I haven't casted a Sun game. I've seen a lot of those Suns,
I've
but
never.
yeah, again,
I've never.
I have. But okay, picking up the aim on in this situation, I love the idea as well because everyone would want to dive in onto you. But here's the thing. There's a Hayabusa on the other side, and the name encounters the Hayabusa perfectly.
Yeah, Amon. I wouldn't say Amon does, to be honest. Once you get the quad shadow on him, then you'll be able to hit the Ogi shadow kill regardless. Even if you use the endless shards, you will still be able to hit it. But yes, the endless shards is something that could kind of dish out a lot of damage on towards the other side. So, I mean, it's a 50-50 right now. Moskov being picked up as well. Just a matter of time till we see how the game is going to go about. But the Faramis pick here definitely top things off for the side of Eliminator. Scared yet? I don't know what's going to happen, but I know one thing. You're going to take us into the game.
Absolutely true. I think so. It could potentially be Eliminators trying to close it out, but ABM's draft looks pretty solid, ladies and gentlemen. As things and push comes to show, this could be the last game of the evening with ABM closing out at 4-1, or maybe we're going to be seeing a potential beginning of the epic comeback. We'll have to witness that as we move into the land of dawn with ABM onto the blue side, Eliminators onto the red side. You all are watching the Battle Knights MOBA Legends 5v5 Championship. Is the best of 7 game number 5 in front of us, and the casters are gonna be me, Scared Yet, and one of the most amazing man out there, Kronos.
Hey, yo, you make me blush, Scared Yet. But right now, folks, the one that will be looking to dish out all the damage is Asuna from the side of ABM, sitting comfortably on this Novaria from the back line. But at the same time, Serrar will be looking to pick him off with that Hayabusa, with the Quad Shadow, with the Ogi Shadow kill. The story of the day will be who will be the first to fall. Will it be the Asuna or will it be Serrar on this Hayabusa? Only time will tell. As we're taking a look at the EXP side, Serrar always prioritizes the EXP to make sure that Suzumi gets the ball rolling, just like they did, breaking the Farag armor. For now, without the Ogi Shadow kill, they're not able to get the kill. And Serrar here going a little too aggressive at that point goes to show that there was a slight mishap in the jungle rotations.
Highly possible, because you would have wanted that level 4 right away in this case. But it's absolutely fine. I think that they can still try and capitalize onto that a bit later. But again, if you compare with Radium onto that Moscow up against Crisis on the Harith, I think the Harith still should get the priority into that lane until and unless he's being ganged upon like anything. And Jay looks as aggressive as he normally is. And is also trying to capitalize on the fact that he's got more early game damage.
Yeah, he does definitely with the endless shards. He was trying to hit it on towards Bid, but with the Faramis not having the level 4 power spike that they need with that Nether Realm was a possible kill, but choosing not to do so. Going back to the buffs to hit that level 5 power spike for the turtle will be only a matter of time before they get it started. Ooh.
It seems to be, yes, them starting on towards the turtle, and again, Serrar is not there, not up close whatsoever, so Jay should be able to take it. Uses the endless shards as well.
Oh, look at that. There it is. Spear of Destruction coming in. And, you know, I love that animation coming in from the Endless Shards. That beautiful skin. Soul Vessel. I think probably one of the best skin effects in the game, in my opinion, Scared Yet. What do you think is the best skin?
I mean, I only have Hanabi skins out there, man. And yes, I love the Soul Vessel Hanabi skin. The Vessel of Rage is super
Yeah, this guy's a
beautiful
noob,
out
guys. Don't listen to him. This guy's a
I don't
noob.
care,
He
bro. I
just
don't
like
care.
he likes only Hanabi. But
Yes, true.
it's a
And
strong
I'm proud.
marksman. It's a strong marksman. Loud and proud you are, Scared Yet. That's why you're still an epic.
Listen,
But at the moment, ladies and
listen.
gentlemen,
Listen, I know that I'm loud and proud, but don't fake the audience by saying that Hanabi is a good marksman. Just shut up already. It's an okay-ish marksman, which you normally do not want to pick.
I agree. But right now, you know what else is okay-ish? That big I'm offended with the pull on towards Jaswan, trying to get out of harm's way with the Curse of Blood linking too. Cyrus doesn't have the damage at the moment. Jay goes in, but look at Serrar. He gets caught with the Don't Burn Wolf's King. He went for the Quad Shadow. He wanted to go for the Ogi Shadow kill. It was right there in front of him. He had the Retribution as well. But perfect control coming in from Apex on this Ruby with the Redemption play. Making sure that they don't give any sort of advantage. But meanwhile, on the EXP side, Suzumi here, after using the Primal Wrath, not able to take down Mirio. So both the EXP lanes will recall and try and reset. The score is still Scared at 4 minutes into the game. 0-0.
Both of the teams are playing super smart because they know the early snowball could go anywhere. It's going to become difficult to pull yourself back from it. But as long as Radium is farming up freely, that's a big thing. I want to see the items that Crisis is bringing on the table because I love the fact he's got the Vengeance. Should be able to tank up the damage from the Endless Shards as well as the constant basic attack from Moscow. But wait a second, there we go. The Endless Shards being pulled in. But the Shadow kill out there and Serrar gets the first blood. You had to jinx it, Kronos, right?
Hey, look, it was 4 minutes into the game. They didn't get a kill. Jay wanted to go for an aggressive play. He got caught, but guess what? Bid does too. But Jaswan, right at the same time, goes into the backside. Apex here will get caught, and I think he's trying to get out of harm's way. Bid here goes in with that flicker, along with a Shadow Stampede. No Ghostbusters to actually get the kill. And if Asuna was actually any closer, Apex would have fallen. And here, Thunderbolt onto Suzumi, but look at that. Asuna went for the Astro Recall, but the Retribution was not used. Realizing that it was not needed, and they're able to pick up a creep for themselves instead. So Serrar on the advantage, on the aggressive, trying to get a pick off right now, Scared Yet, and I think they want to go for a little bit more. Lethal Wanderer with that, but look at that, I'm offended being used by Apex just to zone them away, and Serrar with the Quad Shadow able to get out of harm's way once again, and they're trying to protect their goal laner so very well.
Finally, the disengage that we were waiting for, and as you mentioned, they're trying to protect the gold lane, and both the teams would have to give the priority to that because you want both the Harith as well as on the other side. Suzumi?
He goes in. Endless shards with the flicker on the primal rat coming out. Suzumi still able to survive with the I was so close for comfort. He got me anxious in that play. Able to get out of harm's way from the endless shards. Perfectly timing that flicker. But unfortunately, just caught between a rock and a hard place. Had to fall down. But Serar not able to make that rotation means they get that one kill. That one priority kill that they need in the EXP lane. So now Mirio will have the space, might have the advantage even to actually get things going from the EXP side.
I feel so bad for Suzumi. He did every single thing that he could do, getting 2 players so much low in that HP, but the damage jiggle was perfect.
Oh, just one, just getting instantly deleted by the endless shards. A perfect display of the layering of skills coming out from the side of ABM, Apex, Asuna, as well as Jay. Just putting the cherry on top in that bot side, getting that kill on towards just one, who was the priority target that they're trying to melt down. But meanwhile, the mid lane, they're trying to get the advantage. Bid here goes in, but look at that Spear of Destruction from Radium, making sure he gets the double lane farm as well.
It just seems in this case that ABM, they're just trying to play with their food right now. But wait a second, Yugi Shadow Kill.
Oh, he goes and he gets the perfect target. Indeed, Asuna is the one. Even after using that flicker, they get that kill, and now they turn their attention on towards the turtle. But look at that, the Primal Rat comes out after the endless shards are being used. Suzumi able to tank all that damage, fill up that passive HP bar, and making sure to dish out the damage. But meanwhile, on the top side, they're taking a trade is Radium, and same time, a Crisis and Serar wanted to hit the bot side trade. So it's a good trade for the side of Eliminators.
Yes, it's actually a pretty decent trade if you talk about it, because again, Radium has not been shut down. He's level 9 on this Moscow. Couple of levels behind both the junglers, but it's absolutely fine. You know he will be valuable in those team fights, and constant Astral Echoes is giving so much information to ABM that Eliminators can't really go in for the gank.
Jay here, I think, biting off more than he could chew. Even the Winter Crown is being used, but Endless Shard comes out. But where will he survive? Knowing he does not, gets taken out. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, Cyrus here gets caught. I'm Offended comes out with the flicker as well. And now they're going for a little bit more. Zaman forces drop. Asuna on the back line gets deleted by the Yogi Shadow kill. Apex here will be the next one to fall. They get 3 for 1. What a trade coming in from the side of Eliminators. Being the aggressors on this one, Serar sitting right on top of the mountain right now with this Hayabusa, able to get the perfect trades coming in. And what a game, what a play for the side of Eliminators. Beautiful Hayabusa.
I'm just enjoying it with the way how he's constantly catching in Asuna multiple times. Has already caught him 2 times now. And this is just absolutely perfect from their side. But one still questionable decision did come in from Crisis when he decided to jump into the action, specifically into the Lasting Insanity. Even though he had his Vengeance on, the true damage, I don't think so. The true damage actually gets immune right there. But wait a second.
He goes in, and this is what I was talking about earlier, Scared Yet. Even with that invisibility cloak, you will not be able to dodge the OG Shadow Kill after the quad shadow has been cast on towards you. And that's what happened to Jay. 1-3-1 on an Amon that should be looking to snowball. Having a hard time, our ABM. And when was the last time did we see this? Mirio here forced to use the last Insanity as well. He does have the Immortality. They get it on towards just one, but he's so tanky. Curse of Blood comes out. Zaman forces drop, but the I'm Offended catches 3. And there it is, the Nether Realm to help them survive. And look at Cyrus. Just bobbing, dashing, weaving with the Vengeance as well. Synchro Fission, Chrono dashes, getting the kill, but not able to do so. Radium picks it up with the Spear of Destruction, gets a double. And right now, ABM looking to make that miracle comeback after Eliminators just overextended in that team fights, as Radium already trying to get the Lord started.
Everyone on the other side is either dead or on that low HP apart from Bid. It's going to be a big thing. They're still maybe trying to bite more, but what they could chew. We still have seen a previous Lord retake, but all right.
Winter Crown coming in, but look at that Spear of Misery catching him right on time. Radium with the play, able to get the 2. And right now, Bid gonna be the 3rd on the chopping block. Mirio doesn't have the Immortality, no Frog Armor as well. Just one here, separated from the rest of his team. Cyrus is present, but look at that, they go for the I'm Offended. Once again, Cyrus drops the Zaman Force. Who's his target though? Mirio, not the one he should be looking to take down. Radium should be the target, but guess what? He is the one that's dishing out the damage for the side of ABM, and Just One will be the next one to fall on the chopping block, and they get a triple kill, and that is a full 5-man wipeout coming in from the side of ABM on towards Eliminators. What a way to make that comeback. Just when Eliminators were trying to take the game, they made one mistake, one mishap, and that's what happens when you go against ABM. They take down 2 in the mid lane with the Lord marching down the bot lane. Scared yet, what a turnaround of things in the matter of a split second.
Absolutely. And I wanted to mention it for a while. I just missed out on the point. And every single time it was a different conversation that Radium was free farming. He was not caught even once. And every single fight that ABM lost was basically with the absence of Radium. So he was just out there making sure that he gets all those crucial items to try and fight back after the early game was disrupted by Crisis. But wait a second, a big Astral Echo now as the Lord barges in.
Yeah, the Lord is there. They're trying to melt the Lord. Quad Shadow being used as well, quite defensively. Not going to have that option to go in on the aggressive Asuna here, who did not have a great start to the game. Actually, sitting on 1, 2, and 8, thanks to those Astral Echoes and the Astral Recall, just using that from very big range. But Serrar here on the Hayabusa should be looking to catch out Asuna once again. Once they focus their targets on towards J, Radium is available. If they focus on towards Radium, they have Asuna. If they get all 3, Apex is just there to provide the CC, so who are they actually going to stop? While Crisis picks up the Holy Crystal, I think Crisis needs to prioritize the targets that actually give them the kill. Or rather, the one that's more required to do so.
True. But again, it seems difficult for the side of Eliminators to try and pull themselves back from this one. Because now the entire momentum, the entire map is being controlled by ABM, and you have to try to open the map. It's entirely blue. Making it red is basically asking for a full-fledged fight out there. Asana picks up the glowing wand too. Now, if you're looking at the goal difference, it's 3,000 in favor of ABM now. They just need 4 more thousand, and that would be the goal point mark where it becomes evident that now the item swaps are the only things that will come into play. So again, the farming is still going to be done quickly. Serrar matching up the level of J out there, and in terms of farm, Serrar also has got quite a few items with the Hunter Strike, Malefic Roar, with also the Sky Piercer. Over towards the bottom side, Suzumi's Primal Wrath was forced out. Now, this is a big utility because for the next 30 to 45 seconds, you do not have that ultimate available.
Yeah, very rightly so. Scared yet is just the calm before the storm that they're looking for right now. ABM, they want to hit them with the thunder, and just a matter of time. Radium picks up the Rose Gold Meteor as well. And while this is happening, folks, let's not forget to download the Mobile Legends 5v5 game that's available in the Play Store. And guess what? Looking to download is Apex with that I'm Offended. Not yet. And this event is the Battle Knights Championship Season 1 Grand Finals between ABM and Eliminators. ABM already 3 up in this best of 7 series, and they're trying to get the last one as they go for the Endless Shards onto her Jaswan, using that flicker quite preemptively. And look at that, I'm Offended comes out along with the Curse of Blood. They're able to make the layering, but the Zaman Force dropped along with the Spear of Misery, able to get the kill. Last Insanity just to zone them away. Bid is the one that's left standing that they're trying to catch, and that's a double kill going on towards Suzumi, and Suzumi will fall down. That double kill was on towards Jay, however, 5 still remaining from the side of ABM, able to split them apart like the banana split that you like to see on a Sunday, but it is a Monday, and Serrar not having a great day at the office. He's about to get taken down. Yes, he does. And ABM looking to try to take the game, and they get that full 5-man wipeout that they were looking for. The base crystal left exposed. They got the winter crowns going in on their side. While Bid comes back online, it's not enough as the base crystal gets taken down, and ABM take the victory, take the series, take the championship of Battle Knight Season 1 of Mobile Legends 5v5. Scared yet, what a series we had and what a game.
Absolutely mind-blowing series. And as you mentioned, over in towards that last fight too, I have talked about it. I like the Edith pick with the flicker only if you're running on the roam. If it's a side lane, I really would love to see an Edith with the Inspire, because that gives you a lot more room and damage to work around within those team fights. The early game was really good for Eliminators, but on the other side, Radium was kept unchecked. Now, because he was kept unchecked, you just knew that he is going to strike, and is going to strike big and hard. And that Moscow with that spear was able to rip apart everyone on the side of the Eliminators. And with this, the momentum just shifted entirely after he joined in. And this was one overextension that came in over towards that top side where Crisis was picked up and then Jaswan was also caught in. And after that, it was just entirely in favor of ABM and it did not stop till the end of the crystal.
It did not stop indeed. And you know what else won't stop? Scared yet? All the
And that,
events that'll be coming in from Vista Games, that all the events that'll be coming in from Battle Knights Esports through Battle Knights Esports YouTube page, Facebook page. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, share with all your friends, and make sure to be part and aware of the community as there's going to be a tons of events coming your way for Mobile Legends 5v5. Already one going on with the free collector skin that's available, and right now this series, this championship was brought to you by Battle Knights themselves. So of course there'll be a lot more to come in the future. And while you're at it, show some love to us casters as well. My name is Kronos. You can find me on YouTube as well as Scared Yet. You can find him on YouTube as well as Facebook. Show us some love while you can, folks. For those of you who are watching, Scared Yet and Kronos, we are here and we're going to be your casters for the upcoming tournaments in the future as well. So definitely look to reach out to us if you have any sort of information that you need or want or have. So Scared Yet, what else did I miss out on?
you basically covered up every single point out there, and we are missing out on just saying good night to all the other people out there because it's 11:50, and everyone who stayed up with us, probably even longer in Bangladesh out there. But yeah, everyone who stayed up with us is really appreciated out there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and it was a pleasure to be on the desk with you, Kronos, back again into the action. And there's a lot more to come in the future, right?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot more to come in the future. So don't forget to like and subscribe, folks, and also show us some love. You can find Kronos on YouTube. You can find Scared Yet on YouTube. Just give us a subscribe while you're at it, while you're watching this. Doesn't take long. But at the same time, make sure to join the Battle Knights Esports page and Battle Knights Esports Discord if you want some more information. So like and subscribe. Don't go anywhere, as there will be a lot more events to come in the future. But for now, I think this is it. Scared Yet and Kronos will be saying peace for the rest of the night. And W is in the chat if you enjoyed the casting, especially if you enjoyed the entire series and also the tournament for Battle Knights Esports.